welcome to the award-winning 99% Radio Network.
Multi-award winning.
I was getting to that.
Okay.
Award-winning. Now you threw me all off my game.
I did.
God damn it.
Yeah,
Let's start again. All right.
Rerouting.
Welcome to the award-winning 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl, broadcasting you live from Fishbowl Studios here in Bedford, Texas. We are proudly sponsored by Glenn Lawson Law and the Biker Wolfpack. Oh, man, it is you threw me way off. But that's okay. That's what it's all about. That's what we're having fun.
Unscripted.
Yep, unscripted. But before we even start the show, we want to send our thoughts and prayers out to Lori Montoya and her family, who are laying to rest this week, her dad, Samuel. So a quick moment of silence for Lori Montoya's pop. Thank you. And anybody else that's out there battling an illness or in the hospital or just not feeling good, man, our thoughts and prayers are with you as well. We got a great show today. We're going to be bringing up the 2025 Sharky Awards that we just wrapped up, man. We're going to talk about that, and you can jump in, right? There you go.
Multi-award winning.
We're going to jump into that. But first, we're going to hear a little spot from our sponsor, and we'll be back right after this.
Hey everybody, this is Glenn with Glenn Larson Law and Biker Wolfpack Law. And I got one simple concept today. Don't be a tough guy. Don't try to do it on your own. And also, don't talk to the bad guys. So what do I mean? Don't be a tough guy means go get medical attention right away and tell the doctors everything that's wrong with you. Make sure to do that, because if you don't, it's going to mess up your case. Number two, if you have a problem with your roof, do you hire a roofer? If you have an injury situation and you need help, hire legal professional representation. Our firm is one of those firms, and we stand ready to help. Number three, most importantly, heaven forbid, do not speak to the insurance companies without legal representation. That's it in a nutshell. Thanks for listening.
My name is Carol Stank, and I ride with 99.
Hey, I'm Homie, and I ride on the 99. You can watch it every Wednesday, 99% Radio.
Hello, beautiful people. I am Chaz. I ride with 99, baby. Woo! 99% Radio every Wednesday. Stay tuned. Woo! Y'all be fantastic. Where?
Welcome to the 2025 Sharky Awards for Fishbowl Radio Network, where we honor the best of the best in 2025 here on this amazing platform called Fishbowl Radio Network. For those of you that are watching from all over the world, thank you so much. And for those of you that are streaming us on our website, www.fbrn.us, we appreciate you as well. Tonight we honor hosts and shows in 11 categories.
The Talk Show of the Year, and I knew it was right. 99% Radio.
Woohoo!
99% Radio.
Being the crew member of the year.
His name is Chance. Woohoo!
Is the Fishbowl Community Show of the Year Award. 99% Radio.
FBRN Co-Host of the Year Award. This award goes...
Really?
That's right, because we a team.
I think they're trying to catch me in awards. Patricia Mayo, Pitbull.
Yeah, Patricia!
All right, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl, man. Wrapping up the 2025 16th annual Sharky Awards here in the Fishbowl, man. I think the awards went amazing. Congratulations to all the show hosts who took home some gold this year. Well deserved. You know, this year, Pipple, this was one of your first award ceremonies. What'd you think?
I loved it because
Yeah?
I came home with a lot of bling.
You got some of your gold right there.
I brought them with me.
You got some of your gold right
Good.
there, man. You know, the 99% Radio Network has to thank all listeners for getting out there, voting, and just being a part of our community. The 99 took home Talk Show of the Year, which is, you know, there's 100 shows.
I didn't know there was that many.
There's 100 shows on this network, and we took home Talk Show of the Year.
Because we talked for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And some.
And then we also took home community service, and that's
Global.
because we're out there global, because we're out there each and every weekend doing something, either with the Battling Betties, with 99, something in our veteran first responder community,
Mhm.
anything we can do. We're out there with a big support of Texas Harley Davidson. Texas
Yes.
Harley Davidson has
Texas
supported
Harley
us
Davidson, also
huge,
Indian motorcycles.
and Indian motorcycle. Yep.
Yep. Where the
uh,
rubber meets the road.
That's right. And our board op Chance, man, you took home what is it, production manager of the year? Producer of the year.
Even better.
We got the best producer.
we
That's
did.
right.
This is why we win shit.
Yeah. That's, you know, and he makes all the magic work, man. And you,
the man
Pip,
behind the
and
curtain,
Pitbull,
Oz.
man, I am so proud of you that you took home co-host
I was
of the
not
year.
expecting that.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
God.
Thank you.
Co-host of the
I think
year.
I cursed right when they said my name. I was like, shit, what? Like, no way.
Yeah, it was. I tell you, the
I was
award
shocked.
ceremony was great. And if you didn't get to watch, if you didn't get to be here or see
I'll
it,
repost it again
Yeah.
and again and again.
it's on the Fishbowl Radio Network Facebook page. You can watch the entire award ceremony and see all the wonderful winners who are
Some good
part of
shows.
the FBRN.us, man.
Yeah, there's some good shows on there.
Yeah,
I
mhm.
hate to admit that I didn't know because I just kind of do my own thing, but like
Right.
there are some good shows
Yep.
because they describe what they're winning and like what they do, and I was like, okay, I
Yeah,
need to get it, especially the show of the year. I need to check that one out.
yeah. What was her
It-
name? Carolina
Pareda.
Perea. Carolina
But it was like
Perea.
about how
She's big into the Latino community, and
hardworking
yep.
Latinos that come here legally, which I
Yep.
thought was, I was like, wow, that's impactful.
And then you got a lot of ministry shows, a lot of faith-based
Jesus.
shows, a lot of faith-based shows, a lot of music.
And then
you
there's
know.
us.
Then there's us, which we're not faith-based.
Then there's us.
You know, we have faith,
We
but
can
it-
go up there and like, we have a show about weed or segment
yeah.
about weed. They're all like,
but
No, I
if
think
you
they're
if you go on to FBRN.us, man, and you know that's the streaming network, you could hear it globally. Anywhere in this world, you can hear this.
Mhm.
Fishbowl has over 8 million listeners worldwide, and you can listen to all the amazing shows. Rick McNeely with Ali Rally,
Mhm.
who hosted who
MC.
hosted the Fishbowl. He has a great show on Wednesdays as well. You can
Mhm.
check him out.
right before us.
You got Howard Scott,
yes,
uh,
Lowrider.
lowrider, legendary. He founder of the band War. He's right across the studio with us. You know, he was show of the year one time 2 years ago here. So we have a lot of talent right here in Fishbowl.
And then there's us.
And then there's us. We're that's right.
And then there's
We're like the stepchildren. We're like the stepchildren.
yes, they didn't even, we like snuck in.
Yeah, and
we
like-
were in the corner drinking our cooler beer.
Yeah, we're the only ones that brought alcohol.
Yes.
Oh man. But no, Fishbowl has been great, and we're looking forward to
Thank
more
you,
years.
Sammy.
Yeah, thank you, Sammy, for everything you did, and once again, congratulations to all of our Fishbowl winners out there. You really deserve it. Today's show is going to be really hot. We got Adam Sellers, and he has the Burnt Pork podcast.
Every time I hear that, I want barbecue.
I know, right?
hmm
But he's a retired law enforcement officer. He's going to be coming in around 4:00. He hosts a show where he holds nothing back, man. He is retired, so he can speak the truth. It's called the Burnt Pork podcast. He's going to be coming on at 4:00. Then at 5:00, we have Scott Hodges, is he a what service?
I want to say it was Army.
Army?
It was it was a very brief meeting. I met him after Veterans Day.
Mm-hmm.
He met him. We were having drinks at Boomer Jack's and ran into him. And he's an author. And I looked up his books, and it's about PTSD and all that. And I was like, hey,
Got
you
to
need
come
to come on the
yeah.
show.
Yeah, he's got two amazing books called Tightrope and Live Laugh Aftermath.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
You can find them on Amazon.
so he's going to be in to talk about those books a little later on. We got Billy Ball coming in. We're going to talk about Hemp and Hound. She's bringing in one of the puppies.
She always brings in a puppy.
She's bringing in one of those little puppies. So that's,
well-behaved little shit.
yes. And we're going to have Russell Langhammer on. He's going to be videoing in.
Laying down the
And we're
hammer.
going to talk about the hemp laws that are now coming, that are in January 4th, I think they're going to be coming here to Texas. So there's a lot of controversy, but there's a lot of good things coming out of the law. You know, they're loosening up the restrictions, I think.
I think they're getting the research.
Yeah, they're seeing, and you know, a lot of veterans are coming out and saying, "Hey, this stuff helps me get through my day," and you know, that's what we need. We got to
let
work.
him tell you about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. And then,
He's super fit too.
huh?
He's
Oh my God!
swole.
Yeah, he worked for American Airlines. Who, Russell?
Yeah.
Yeah, he worked for American Airlines, but you know, he's got a pacemaker.
He's got some things,
he's
but
got
he's
some
still
things going on.
he's still fit and pumping and doing all. It's because of these things and
Yep.
these remedies that he finds. So that's why it's important to maybe check out this segment if you're struggling with, because I don't like taking medication. Like
Right.
I don't like taking pills because I'm an addictive personality. And so I like alternative ways. I mean, of
Yeah.
course, if I got a headache, I'm gonna take something.
Right. Well, an asprin or something, but you know, there's moderation,
hmm
right?
I don't want to keep medicating the pain from hitting my hand with a hammer. I want to fix the reason
Right.
why my hand hurts, whatever that
Right,
saying
but
was.
I
You
mean,
know,
but like with THC and with hemp and weed and everything else, you know, one, it helps our veterans that are, well, I can't say our first responders because they're not allowed to smoke,
Until
but
they're
our
retired.
veterans, you know, with post-traumatic stress, there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of stuff, and it brings them down a little bit, puts them into a better mental
Well, even the
mindset.
pain.
But we're not saying sit in front of the TV all
No.
day watching Ren and Stimpy, smoking weed and eating cheese doodles.
No.
Right? That's not the type of weed we're talking about.
No.
We're talking about stuff, medical use, stuff to get you through your day. Because a lot of people fight anxiety and different ailments, and you know, a couple of hits on a joint level them out.
I agree.
Right? You
Yes,
should know, right?
I should know.
Well, do you know?
I do know.
You do know.
I do know. Right
Well-
now. What?
Yeah. Hey,
kidding.
thank you for tuning in, Alex and Elaine and Sylvia.
Deborah
Appreciate it.
Johnston, my mama.
Is she up? Is she on it? All right. I didn't see her come up on my feed.
She's on mine.
I want to thank you guys for all tuning in and share, like, and subscribe to the show. This way you never miss a broadcast
Mhm.
because we got great things coming up. A little recap for this weekend. We'll start off with Maverick Harley Davidson. You had a pinup contest.
I can't
How'd
believe that was
go?
just last weekend. It
I
seems like
know.
it was like 2 weeks ago.
I know.
That was a great event. It was a 22 kill. They had a ride. Tons of people showed up. I happened to get there right when everybody was taking off on the motorcycles and Jeeps.
Had a beautiful day for it.
Was
Couldn't
it
be more
90
beautiful.
degrees
Yeah.
in November? It was, yeah. I mean,
beautiful.
it's hard to be in pinup because it's a lot of polyester, but you know, it worked. But yeah, a lot of fabulous girls showed up. Emily, which is Miss I don't want to screw up her name. Anatomic. That's how it is. It's Miss Anatomic is her pinup
She got a
name.
penis?
No,
She's anatomically correct or what?
Anatomic. Don't know
Oh, she doesn't?
that.
Oh.
God.
I don't know. See, this is why we're not a faith-based show. This is why I'm sorry, God.
She won. She looks fantastic.
Little bulge, but
Oh my
fantastic.
God! Shut the cállate, weapon.
Just kidding. She doesn't have a bulge.
She does not.
She
actually
tucks.
owns a very cute vintage boutique and
Yes.
everything.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, she's never gonna join the buddies now. Thank you, fucker. We're not
No.
related.
No, she doesn't have a bulge. Like I said, she
No.
tucks.
But
I'm sorry. I had to go there. So, but okay, keep going.
leave the comedy to me. No, I'm just kidding.
There you
Just
go.
kidding,
There
I'm
you
kidding.
go.
But no, it was a beautiful day. Raised a lot of money, made a lot of good connections. It was my first time getting back in pinup, like competition wise, in a while.
How long did it take you to get ready?
Actually, I've done it for a while. Like, I was surprised. My hair actually went up really quick. So maybe an hour and a half
Not too bad.
Not too bad. from start to finish. And then, yeah.
Well, I saw some pictures. Maverick Harley Davidson did a great job. Great job by 22 Kill. Always raising money for our veterans and our first responders who suffer post-traumatic stress. But the Battling Betties, and this is this wasn't a
It
Battling
was
Betties.
not
This
a
was
Battling
pinup-
Betties event.
This was a pinup event, right?
It was just a pinup event. My girl Cha Cha Baby, which is my treasurer, she was involved, and when she said she was in it, I figured why not? I haven't done it in a while, so I kind of went to go support her because I love her.
All the girls were
and
tall.
to kind of
all the girls were tall, man.
There
You
was
had
a girl that
couple-
was
yeah,
there
you
was
had
a girl
couple of
taller
short
than
girls.
me. There was a girl taller than me,
You had to look up to
and
her?
I had heels on.
You had to look up to
We
her?
were about eye level. She was just a little bit more.
Damn.
And she's a fitness model. Hopefully, she'll be a Betty too. Yeah,
You got to bring her in. She's the
I
fitness
know.
model.
Yeah.
Got to
Mhm.
see how fit you are. Come on in.
We need another fitness challenge. We're
No,
lazy.
but
Yeah.
looked like you guys had a great time.
Yeah, it was fun. It's always a good time. The
Well,
girls
we-
are always nice.
Me and Pitbull split up this weekend, and she went
We
to
split it, we
we
broke-
motorcycle jocks all the way from Beverly Hills, California, come in to compete.
Really?
Yeah, it was at Cabela's over here in Fort Worth, and I tell you, man, these guys do such amazing things on these bikes that I can never imagine.
Hmm.
You know,
I got a little peek on it the day before. We stopped at Scar International.
Oh, you went over?
Mhm.
These, I mean, there were, and plus there were a lot of women. I gotta
Yeah.
tell you, there were a lot of women riding these bikes, and they were outdoing the men.
Yeah,
They really were.
I'm not surprised.
But
They got more balance.
ooh, but they Spokes for Hope, who bridges the gap between the police department and the community by handing out bicycles to children in need. They also hand out bicycles to schools that help raise them up. The Thin Blue Line LEMC right here in Texas
Mhm.
went from a level D school. Hobo donated 10 bikes. Spokes for Hope gave the Garland School District 10 bikes last year, and they were a D-rated school.
Mhm. Give them a little motivation.
This year they were rated A.
Mhm. Oh, that's great.
Almost every child in the school, because they were competing for these bicycles,
Mhm.
their grades raised like almost twofold.
believe
And
that.
I think that's amazing when you can do that for a child. Just because a lot of these
Motivation,
kids, motivation, a
incentive.
lot of these kids were like, I've never had a bike in my life. I've never,
Like all I got to do is just do what I'm told.
yeah.
Just kidding.
So Spokes for Hope is going to donate even more bikes to the school district this year, and hopefully change the life of another
Mm-hmm.
child. So I want to thank Alton Wells and everybody else from that amazing Spokes for Hope committee over there. Oh, I was out there, and who was Kevin Minch was out there.
Ah.
Me and Kevin were hanging out. He's former Texas Ranger.
Mhm.
And
Look at you
he
name
kind of yeah, I name drop. Fuck yeah, I name drop.
Yeah, name
Uh,
drop.
But he ran it this year because Alton and Paul were out of town, and he did an amazing job. So kudos to you, Kevin, man.
Mhm.
And I appreciate
Kudos,
everything you
Kevin.
did. Me and Kobo from the Thin Blue Line, we cooked for 160 people that day. We were behind the grill, just flipping burgers and dogs all day
Oh,
long.
you're flipping burgers.
Yeah, well, the Thin Blue Line donated all
Nice.
the food for that day for the
Nice.
lunch. So we did that, man. Any Thanksgiving plans coming up?
I host. I
You
host a
host?
Thanksgiving for rejects.
Speaking about that, he's not on our feed yet, but you have Tattoo Mark coming to your house.
I do. I
You have
believe
Tattoo
he's
Mark.
coming. Basically, so my son goes to his grandparents because it's a custody thing. So I always get Christmas because that's what I want, and so I always have free Thanksgiving. So anybody that doesn't have plans, they come to my house and we just watch football, which is going to be entertaining this year because the Chiefs are playing the Cowboys, and I'm a Chiefs fan.
Oh, and you're gonna have
And I'm gonna have
And you're gonna have-
Tattoo Mark at
and
my
you're gonna
house.
have Tattoo Mark, who is Dallas Cowboys super fan, in your house.
It's gonna be neutral.
That's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be
That's
neutral.
gonna be fun.
I mean, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, I cook. I do all of it. I do 2 turkeys. I do the whole thing.
No,
Everybody just
no.
comes and they eat.
You do 2 turkeys. You do 1 fried, 1 oven.
No, I just do 2 ovens. I have a
Wow.
fryer. I'll decide if I want to.
You got 2 ovens?
No, I
must-
got
oh.
2 turkeys for the oven, but no, I'm sorry, 2 roaster things.
Oh, okay.
They go on the countertop so you can free up your oven.
Ah, nice.
Yes.
Look at you,
Mhm.
bougie.
I'm a little Martha Stewart.
Yeah,
Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg.
I would say you're more of a Snoop Dogg than a Martha
Hey.
Stewart.
They mix well together.
They definitely do. But you're gonna have
Cheers.
Tattoo Mark, and I think that's great. Speaking
And,
about Tattoo
and
Mark,
people are bringing bears to my house for Thanksgiving to donate.
very nice.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah,
Continue.
bears,
Bears, not
not
stuffies.
some
or
some
fluffies
weird
or
looking
whatever those are
animals,
called.
bears.
Bears.
Because December 1st, me and Pitbull, along with the Tattoo Mark Foundation, will be out at the area hospitals here in Dallas giving teddy bears to those who will not be able to spend Christmas at home. You know, he's got 18 hospitals across the state of Texas, and we want to give a bear to each and every one of those kids. So you can still donate to the Tattoo Mark Foundation. $5 gets a child a bear, and puts a smile on their face. We got Mike Kislak, former Dallas Cowboy. He'll be out there. We got who else we got coming out there?
There's a lot.
We got Chaz Tastic.
Yeah, Chaz Tastic.
Pro wrestler Chaz Tastic.
Taylor.
Chaz Taylor is going to be out there. We got Aaron Wild with 92.1.
Hank FM.
Hank FM. She'll be out there. So and a couple other surprise guests. So we're going to be out there.
Mrs. Claus is going to be.
We're going to be rolling out there on the bike and hitting a hospital and making some kids smile.
Yep, I got my outfit.
So if you want to be a part of that, just go to the Tattoo Mark Foundation, donate $5, or you can drop off a bear here on any Wednesday between 3 and 6. Bring a bear here, and we'll make sure it gets to him.
Also, if you go on the Tattoo Fart.
Tattoo Fart. If you go on the Tattoo Fart Foundation.
If you go on the Tattoo Mark Foundation on Facebook, there's a link where you can go on Amazon actually, and there's an address you can send bears. You can go on Amazon and find like bulk bears for like $10, like 10 bears for $50 or something like that, and you can actually get them directly mailed to their address. There's a wish list on Amazon. I believe Cha Cha Baby, who's part of the Bettys, is also Tattoo Mark's Foundation's president.
Nice.
She set up a Amazon wish list so you can actually get teddy bears delivered directly to them, because we are in crunch time, and that's probably the fastest, easiest way instead of trying to find a bunch of bears. Get them delivered straight there.
It is crunch time, and every bear counts. We did fall short this year.
We still have a little bit of time.
Yeah, we did fall short this year, and when I went to Mark's house the other day, I dropped off some bears that Republic had donated to him, and he was kind of a little upset, man. He's like, man, he goes, not every kid's gonna get a bear this year.
Yeah.
And he goes, just didn't get the donations that we expected this year. But we had, there were a lot of
till December, or I think the end of the month, to get. I mean, if they show up by the end of the month, we still can tally those into the total. So I think it's I think some crunch time. I know I have my dad actually. He runs a charity out in Pennsylvania, Homeless Matters, and they donated a couple bears. I'm waiting for that to show up at my house. That's my brother, Larry Johnston.
That's your brother?
Yeah, that's my brother.
Go Chiefs. We got Mongo that's on here. Mongo will be doing a Mongo log around 5:30 today. He's out in California. He writes, Sideshow gets distracted after Hemp and Hounds, although it's not mentioned. Don't forget the Mongo log comes up at the end of the show. It's always good. It's always a good bedtime story as of last week. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to say where I get my hemp from, but thank you, Mongo. No, I get my sleeping medication from out of state. We can take a quick break on that note, because Mongo's probably like, oh damn, the black helicopters are over
now
my
I know
house
who to message. Mongo.
Mongo.
Never mind that shit.
All right. We'll be back right after these messages,
Mongo.
because the show's only going to go down from here.
In the halls where kids fear to tread, Tattoo Mark Foundation spreads its bed with teddy bears and hugs so warm. Battling illnesses, they're not alone for long. It's all about the kids. It's all about the kids. The Tattoo Mark Foundation brings smiles across Texas. Teddy bears bring smiles to kids in beds. A foundation with heart won't let them be separated. Families gather, friends lend a hand the thrill with every bear and every smile. We heal the pain, we mend the style. It's all about the kids. It's all about the kids. The Tattoo Mark Foundation brings smiles across Texas. Teddy Bear brings smiles to kids in beds. A foundation with heart won't let them be separated. It's all about the kids. It's all about the kids. The Tattoo Mark Foundation brings smiles across Texas. Teddy Bears bring smiles to kids in beds. A foundation with heart won't let them be separated.
I'm Sassy Sin with Battle and Betties, and I ride with the 99% radio.
Hey, welcome back to the award-winning 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl. Man, you know, before we broke, we were having a good time talking about the Sharky Awards, talking about, you know, the multi-award-winning show that we have become, and it's all because of you guys, the listeners here who you know, voted and really supported us throughout the whole year. Who's that? That's all your brother. How many
Bears.
Bears.
Not beers.
How many?
You just assumed he was my brother. It meant beers.
How many bears are you short? Well,
I'm gonna find out.
Well, we wanted to hit the mark of 21,000 bears to break the Guinness Book of World Record. I think we're about 19,000 short. So if you can,
Larry, you can send one of your semis down. He owns a semi company. You can send them bears down.
Yeah, we'll get that number for you, Larry. I appreciate that. But listen, if you donate 1, 10, whatever you can donate, each bear is going to put a smile on a child's face, and that's what it's all about. We can't help all the kids, but we can help a lot of them. And Larry, thank you for asking about that. That means a lot, and I'm sure that will mean a lot to Tattoo Mark. You know, I want to bring up a couple of things that we got planned for 2026. Once again, Texas Harley Davidson stepped up and they're opening up the doors for us because, you know, when we went to the Celebrity Softball Classic, we met so many amazing people.
Epic networking.
Yes.
Event.
You know, and we met people with the Green Star families and Heroes in the Sky. And, you know, Heroes in the Sky, for veterans and first responders, what they do is they develop flak jackets, right? They're memorial flak jackets that sit on a stand, and it fits 19 names of those who lost their lives to post-traumatic stress. And we are going to be donating, the 99% Radio Network is donating one of those vests to Texas Harley Davidson for everybody to see, everybody to remember our first responders and our veterans who lost that battle. You know, when we talk about post-traumatic stress, when we got a veteran coming in today who wrote 2 books, Scott Hodges, about post-traumatic stress, and you know, we can't forget those those injuries that are not visible,
right?
You know,
not all scars are visible, or what do they say? Not all wounds are visible.
Not all wounds are visible, and we're going to hear more about that. But that's why we're going to donate that vest to Texas Harley Davidson,
and it will be there forever.
Yeah. Yep.
Donated by.
So we're going to give you the date on that. I think it's going to be January 24th. It's open to everybody to come, and we'll have the families there of those who lost the battle, and you know, it would mean a lot to them to come there and show your support for our veterans and our first responders.
Absolutely.
You know, then mark your calendars, because I'm not too sure on the date yet. We're still putting it down there.
Like, where's March on there?
But Bag Lady Sue,
Lady
Sue is coming to Texas, man. Put your children away, put your morals away, because it's going to get epic.
Put your morals
Put your morals away. You listen, if you are any bit of if you are offended in any way, then stay out of Texas Harley Davidson on this day.
Speaks my language.
She speaks. Oh my God. But yeah, she's going to be coming there, and we're going to be doing a fundraiser for the Green Star family. So all the
Mhm.
money raised from that day at Texas Harley Davidson will be going to the Green Star families to keep doing what they do on their foundation.
Mhm.
So we got a pretty full schedule.
We got a full schedule. I mean, we're kind of like, in my opinion, for the holidays, we like to spend time a little bit with our families, make up for the time that we're busy
I
the
guess
rest
so.
of the
I
year.
guess so.
But yeah, we're going to be planning up and getting ready 2026. We're going to start planning the events for the rest of the year with Battling Betties and 99. That always goes hand in hand. So it's going to get busy. We're going to get pretty packed.
Yeah.
So follow, like, share all of our.
Getting back onto the Battling Betties, if you want to be a Battling Betty, if you want to be part of the Texas Battling Betty, or you have 10 different chapters across the country, or you could start your own, right?
You can. If it's not in your state, they're in 12 other states: New York, Florida, Tennessee, Colorado, Utah, Oklahoma. I know I'm missing a lot of them. North Carolina. There are other states if they're too far, because I know Texas is huge too. But we are the only platoon in Texas. Right now, you can email me directly if you want to join. It's battlingbettiesdfw@gmail.com. If you want to join or find out any information on starting your own platoon or joining another platoon, it's battlingbetties.org.
Yeah, the size of Texas, you should have at least 3 platoons, man.
No, I want to
got-
control it all.
Yeah, you got the one up here in the you should have one here in DFW. You have one
Yes.
down in San Antonio and one in Houston.
Mhm.
Man, cover everybody because
Yeah, so if you want to start a platoon in Texas, email me. We'll figure. I kind of teach it or take it like a MC in a way. Like you have your chapters in
Yeah.
Texas, and then
and it's a way of giving back to our veterans and our first, well, actually our veterans
and first responders.
and first responders. Everybody likes to see a pretty girl and all dressed up in that vintage 1940s, 1950s kind of
Mhm.
pinup stuff. So it's
Mhm.
real. It's nothing risque about it, and it just
Unless we go to Harley.
yeah.
Just kidding. Kinda kidding.
Then even when you guys go to Harley, you don't dress like
No, we're not in
inappropriate.
bikinis or anything. We can't do that. We're not doing any of that. We do have guidelines
a couple of guys.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Speaking about Harley Davidson, tell me about that helmet that's sitting over there. A little
So,
bit. Yeah, get onto that
Micah
helmet.
at Harley Davidson. So I had this idea of like when we have really cool guests on, we need something for them to sign besides a wall that we can't do anything with, which I love. I love the wall. But after we get a bunch of signatures and fill up the helmet, we will auction it off.
Nice.
So Micah donated this helmet. So we are going to start having signatures. Micah already did the first signature here. We've signed our names. So from here on out, we're going to have our guests sign this. And by the end of the year, this time next year,
Very cool.
we are going to auction it off for us because we want money. I'm just kidding. We're gonna auction it off for a good cause
Very cool.
Yeah.
I love it. I love
because
it.
we got some cool people coming on, and I think a helmet full of like really cool signatures of people that do badass stuff around everywhere.
Well, next week we got Patriotic Barbie coming
Yes.
on, right?
I'm excited.
That's one.
She will be videoing in because kids are home from break. So yes, she will be coming in on studio from video chat on Wednesday.
Very cool. Very cool.
And we're also getting Mario lined up too.
I saw Mario. He just dropped his new song, Wasteland. You
Mhm.
see that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you listen to his song or do you just look at his body when he sings?
Both.
He is jacked, man.
Mhm. When I first got to celebrity softball, like no joke, walked in, didn't know what I was expecting, like literally out of the
And
car.
melted as soon as you saw him.
He's in the elevator with me, and I'm going. I bet you're on the team.
Listen, if
I mean-
if I swung that way, Mario would be a guy I would definitely swing with. I would. He's jacked, man. You don't know what to say.
I
do you?
do, but
No, but he's one of the most talented guys and down to
some
earth
good positive
guys.
songs. I like it.
His energy, you cannot be in a bad mood around that guy. He's got the energy. And
Typical thing of don't judge a book by his cover because he looks like he would beat the shit out of you, but he's like
Yeah.
super positive. He's all of his Facebook posts are about uplifting and keeping positive and all that stuff. Like,
yeah,
and his songs are uplifting. It's like I like it.
yeah, he's and I just saw go follow him, Mario Cannon. Follow him on Facebook. He's performing this week or next week.
You know more than I do.
One of
just look at his
one
body.
of the event studios. So check him out, Mario Cannon, and check out his new song Wasteland. And we can't wait to have him on the show as well.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking about flipping to the other side. What do you think about the Epstein files that just dropped? And want to weigh in on that?
I mean, let it all out. Let them all let it out. Let the just
I think
the
some
rumors stop and let it just, you know.
I think some
quit
politicians
talking
are
about
going to
it.
start falling left and right, man.
I don't
Some
care.
Hollywood big. No, I think it's great.
Yeah,
I
let
think it's
'em.
great, man.
Let 'em.
You know, I saw some of the families that were impacted by what Epstein, this pedophile, did,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, this predator, and every politician and I don't care who you are, Republican or Democrat, if you abused somebody, guess what? You are about to fall, and I think you deserve every bit of it. You know,
Yeah,
I
so don't
think
care.
2 or 3 politicians
Let it
already
out.
resigned already, and there's somebody from Goldman Sachs that's
Exactly.
gonna fall. You know, your money ain't gonna save you on this one.
I'm just gonna be eating my popcorn watching.
Watching the disaster, man.
Yeah.
Watching it burn,
Mhm.
and you know what? They got to be taken down a notch. I definitely believe that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they thought they can get away with
I
stuff.
think a lot
and-
of people got too patch heavy.
Huh? Yeah.
Got a little too patch heavy
Yeah.
and need to be bringing down a little bit
Yep. And well, I'm hoping
or a lot.
that they stick to their guns, they release it, and the people that need to be prosecuted and the people that need to be held accountable for this are held accountable,
Mhm.
because there are so many victims out there, so many young women out there that were abused. And you know, I saw some families on the news today that are still in pain 20 years later.
Yeah, you don't.
You know,
just
you
get
don't
over
lose it. You don't get over it, but that he has screwed up so many lives
Mhm.
in young women who were aspiring models. He preyed on them like a vulture
Mhm.
for his own personal satisfaction.
Him and Diddy.
Yeah, and that's another one.
Diddy done did it.
Diddy did the same
Diddy
thing,
did
man.
it.
You know, he took it. He took over where Epstein and you know, left off. And
I think he was still doing. Yeah, I think it was just parallel. I think just one got caught before the other.
yeah, well,
Anyway, nasty asses.
nasty asses. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to bring in our next guest. He has a podcast called Burnt Pork. You know, and it's going to get real because, you know, I listen to some of his shows, man, and he gets down and dirty. He is retired law enforcement as well. And at that point now, he can say whatever the hell he wants because there ain't no brass that's going to hold him back. So stay tuned because we got.
That's a rap song.
Huh?
Ain't no brass gonna hold me back.
Hey everyone, my name is Alex Archangelski, CEO and co-founder of Break Free Technologies, and this is Break Free, a motorcycle helmet accessory that easily mounts to pretty much any motorcycle helmet out there, and it's the simplest way to improve your visibility day or night. Break Free's got a sensor array built into the unit itself, so there's nothing to mount to the motorcycle, there's no wiring, everything is inside the unit. It's got 100 ultra bright LED lights that light you up during the daytime and nighttime. Anytime you slow down, Break Free activates, no matter how. Engine braking, downshifting, regular braking, emergency braking, you slow down, it turns on. Break Free is a small company. We're only 4 co-founders and 1 employee at this point, and we're all passionate motorcycle enthusiasts. We love riding, and we've created this product for our community. We wanted to make sure that motorcycle riders are safe and seen out there on the roads. We saw a huge need for visibility, and that's why we've created this product.
Leather Up will keep you safe while looking great with a huge selection of armored and casual flannel shirts. From beaded to sleeveless, Leather Up's got badass gear for all riders and all seasons. Leather Up with 3.5 million customers since 1999. Iconic biker brands like Milwaukee Leather and Hot Leathers to give you the largest selections anywhere. Comfort, variety, classic styling, and affordability with free same-day shipping on orders over $100. Visit leatherup.com and use the promo code MAYHEM for 20% off.
Hi y'all, I'm Celeste and I ride with the 99.
Hey, this is Tex McDormand with Octane Mania, and I ride with 99.
Hey, welcome back to
Hey.
99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl. Man, I am proud to introduce Chubbs with Burnt Pork. What's going on, brother?
How are y'all?
I'm doing what?
Fantastic.
Oh, did you
Excited
play
to be
his opening? Oh,
Well,
see?
pause.
Well, all right, pause. We're going to
We'll
go
be
back.
right back.
We'll be right back after Chubbs' opening.
I needed to pour a drink anyway.
Stolen Valor is alive.
All right, now we're back. Now we can give Chubbs a proper introduction with Burnt Pork. What's going on, Chubbs?
Not a lot. Excited to be here. I feel like we've already done this.
I'm just waiting.
This is deja vu already.
We like to do that.
You know, I started watching your podcast, and I love it because it's all about first responders, but you get really deep into so many different topics. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so I started the show a few years ago, probably, I guess it's been 3 years now. Me and a firefighter buddy of mine worked at the same agency, and we were sitting at the bar one night bullshitting, and, you know, the best stories always start at the bar. So,
Yeah, hell yeah.
you know, we're sitting there making each other laugh.
Story of my life.
Yeah. And, you know, telling stories with each other. And we thought, you know, we need to sit down and do this. And we can sit down, talk about real things and try to make people laugh. And so we decided to sit down a few years ago, do it. My buddy's name is Smokey. He's moved on to some other things now. And so it's kind of a solo show. So after I retired, I decided better time than ever to get on there and be able to speak my mind now. Like I said, I don't have brass that I'm worried about anymore. And
you can give your opinion.
I can give my opinion, and definitely an unfiltered opinion at that.
There you go.
I like it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been fun. Like I said, we've only been going for about a month and a half now, strong again, and it's really picked up, and I've really enjoyed it. I'm really enjoying doing this and being able to speak to especially the younger guys out there that are just getting in this profession, and let them know the unfiltered truth about what to expect and how it's going to be, and how to deal with command staff. That's a big part of my show, as you've seen.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, and command staff's changing over the years, and it's a different culture now in police work, and it's one of those things I want to talk about and let the new guys know, hey, this is what's going on, and the old heads too. You know, the old heads know where I'm coming from, and they like hearing that from me.
Yeah,
so they can't say anything still, but I can now. So that's the best part of it.
You know, you brought up a good point, man. Policing has changed over the last couple of decades. You know, I got on in the 90s, and policing was way different. We didn't have body cameras. We didn't have microphones and stuff like that. So it was a different way of handling an arrest. You didn't have cell phones. Not everybody was videotaping, and it was a different way of policing. But also, people respected the cops a lot more back then than they do today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how cops get out and on patrol with some of the antics that people just want to get on TikTok and show how
immediately get resistant.
Yeah, how they diss the police officer. Or as soon as a cop approaches them, they're up there with the camera in their face.
Questions.
You know, you were part of that culture, right?
Yeah, I don't want to say I was part of the culture. Don't put me in that.
No. But
I was
you
there.
dealt with it.
I was there for that.
You were a cop during
Yeah.
that, and that's got to put so many roadblocks in the way you police or the way you do your job.
It does. And, the advice I'd always give the young guys too is, when that happens, just let them roll with it. As long as you're not doing anything wrong, you're not, violating policy, violating somebody's rights, who cares? Let them sit there and video you.
Mhm.
As long as it's not interfering with what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. So smile and wave at the camera.
Exactly.
What effect are they having on you? None. As long as you're doing your job and you're not doing anything stupid.
I love seeing the videos where they the cops and then they get videotaped and he's like, as I said,
Right.
you are
Yeah.
doing this. And
Yeah.
they're like, it's so entertaining to
Yeah,
watch as
it
far as like a TikTok watch, but that's got to be stressful in person.
I tell you, I
couldn't keep my
wouldn't
composure.
last 10 minutes on the job
No.
because somebody would be getting throat punched or I mean, what's his name? He's a sheriff out in Arizona. He's a traffic cop out in Arizona. He does all the highways, highway patrol, whatever. And he has got one of the best demeanors that ever. And people are always videotaping it. And if I can't think of his name, but he never gets frazzled, never gets his back up. But I don't know how law enforcement deals with it today. When you got a camera in your face and I refuse to give you this, and I want to see a supervisor. Supervisor's been every call is I want to see a supervisor.
Yeah. And
They're
I was a
busy.
supervisor for a long time too. And I'd go there and say the same thing. They would just
Do
tell
you
them.
legit, as a supervisor, have to go when somebody says, I want one? Is that like an
It would depend
automatic,
on what
they
it's
just
for.
get one?
Not automatically. No.
Because it
It'd
seems
depend on
like
what
they
it's for.
think that's like, it's a demand and that's going to have to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that just never crosses my
Well,
mind.
people got to understand. It's not like walking into Home Depot and
I
going,
wanna see a
I want to see a
manager."
manager. That's not what this is
No.
about.
Who's above you?
and my last 5 years, I was in criminal investigations. So we'd have people call all the time and, complain about their case, the way their case was handled, everything else. And it was a weekly thing, at least, where I'd have to sit down and go over a statute in the penal code and say, this is what happened. This is why your case didn't go anywhere. And a lot of my job was doing that as a supervisor and just explaining to people, hey, this is why things are done.
Right.
And we're not going to change the way we're doing things. If you don't agree with the laws, talk to the people that pass the laws. That's not our problem.
Take it to court.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to thank you, Chris, the Pinal County Sheriff's Office Deputy Frank Sloop. Thank you, Chris, for bringing that up. If you ever watch him, check him out. He's probably the most passive, but the most aggressive cop I've ever seen because he doesn't get frazzled and he sticks by it and he smiles and it must eat these people up. So he does an amazing job out there.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. You don't give them a reaction. That's all they're looking for. Don't give them a reaction. Finish your traffic stop or whatever it may be you're on and just move on with life. And
Do you
don't
see
give
a
them a
lot-
reaction. Don't give them a reaction.
Do you see more issues on traffic stops or during an actual crime? Seems like everybody, because when you look at
Everything-
TikTok, you see everything's a traffic stop, and I'm not showing you my license. I don't have to do this, and I'm a sovereign citizen, and I'm,
Well, 99% of the people, 99.9% of the people that get pulled over on a traffic stop are already pissed off to begin with. They're getting pulled over. So, a lot of it's more on traffic
You
stops.
just got out of a road rage and there's
Yeah,
and then
and-
you got to
yeah.
get pulled over.
So it's mainly, I would say, on traffic stops. And, obviously other calls for service where somebody didn't think an officer handled it the right way or whatever it may be. But, again, penal code's penal code, code of criminal procedures.
law is the law.
As long as you're following
You don't
that,
have to
there's
agree with
nothing
it.
else you can do.
Yeah. But it's just a shame that, it's very easy to get stressed out and maybe use a disrespectful word for somebody or somebody's going to get offended that, you called them a fucktard or something. And they're going to be like, oh, you called me a fucktard. I'm going to write you up. And then you get a city council that's going to go, yes, that cop called him a fucktard. And now he's got to be suspended for 30 days.
Yeah. And,
That's my favorite
the people that are making those decisions too for the suspensions, I don't want to get into an entirely different thing, but they've never been on the street before. They don't know the people we're dealing with. And sometimes you have to use language that people understand.
Right.
And that's just the way it is. The city I worked in before, the city I retired from, that was just the way of life there. And you talk to them the way they talk to you. And that was it was understood.
Right.
And, so sometimes you have to talk to people that way because that's what they understand.
Well, and that's, it's getting your point across. So if you're I'm not going to talk to you. If you're screaming at me, I'm not going to keep a calm voice. I'm going to scream
I'm gonna
back
shut
because
down, yeah.
I have to. People have to understand that the police officer at the scene of any situation, be it a car stop or a routine mental health awareness check, has to be in control of that scene at all times. Too many of our officers are being injured and killed in the line of duty because they allow themselves to let their guard down because they don't want to offend anybody. But that's bullshit. A cop has to stay in control. Everything that you do as a civilian that puts a roadblock in front of our law enforcement officers is risking their lives.
Yeah.
And I hate it when I see it. And like I said, nowadays, man, I would be bitch slapping somebody. That's why I'm glad I'm retired. Yeah.
Well, you know, everything police do is a liability. And if you've ever watched my show, you've seen my hat. Hat I wear. It says I'm a liability. Got a different hat on today. Shout out to my buddy. But the reason I wear that hat on that show is because all police work is liability. That's all it is. And there's a liability in everything you do in police work. It doesn't matter if you're talking to a complaint on the phone or you're actually there on scene with somebody. Everything you do is liability. And we're trying to move away from this liability part of it where everything's going to be safe. You mitigate all risks. That's not reality. It's not reality to do that. Anything we do on the street or in an office, there's some liability associated with it. And that's just the way it is. So when I wear that hat that says I'm a liability, that's what I'm talking about. I understand what my role was as a cop, and you have to be liable for your actions, and that's the way it is.
But like you, Pipple, as a civilian, right?
I'm liable.
You're liable. But but if you got pulled over, right? If you got say you were doing 50 in a 30, right? And the cop pulled you over, are you immediately going to give him grief? Are you not going to roll down your window?
I'm going to cry. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
That doesn't work. Don't try that with the old guys. The old guys don't care about that anymore. It may work on the young guys, but the old guys don't care. No, the old guys don't care about that. Especially if it's a motor jockey. Don't try a motor jockey.
Yeah. That'll work. That'll work. Boobs always work. Boobs always work.
I haven't had a ticket in 10 years.
But yeah, I mean,
what?
When's the last time you got pulled over?
For a long time.
Oh, but you'll always be respectful. You'll always be respectful.
Because I mean, they don't want to fucking do it either.
Right. But
I mean, they're having a hard day.
Would you ever think of it about just taking out your phone and shoving it in the cop's face?
No, because I'm stressed out and I'm like, let's just get this over with. Like, here's my thing. What are you giving me? Bye. Have a great day.
The cop's thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
He's wants to get over with too.
The whole shenanigans. It's like, okay, let's just really let's get this over with. It could be a quick fucking stop. Just 5 minutes at most.
Give me my ticket. Give me my ticket.
I'll deal with it later if I disagree.
Remember, you broke the law. You are the accountable person.
They are just the messenger. Like, if you want to fight it, you have to go to court if you want to fight it. It is what it is, bitch. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah. But that's what burnt pork brings to light, man. You bring on. I
really want a brisket sandwich every time I hear that.
Yeah, I heard that earlier too. I was listening in the car.
Yeah. She's like, when I told her you were coming on, she's like, "Oh, we have food." I'm like, "No,
it's not a restaurant."
maybe donuts."
The caterer showed up.
Yeah. Those are my favorite.
We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back with some more stories from burnt pork right after this. I'm trying to take a break every 12 minutes.
Hi y'all, I'm Celeste and I ride with the 99.
Hey, this is Tex McDormand with Octane Mania and I ride with 99.
Hey, I'm Amber. I'm with AM Special Pickles and I ride with the 99.
What we believe in at Glenn Larson Law is doing one thing and doing it really well. When I meet people, I always tell them we're going to uncover every single rock possible. That's the medical component, that's your story, and your voice.
We've solely focused on personal injury, whether that be a slip and fall accident or a commercial 18-wheeler, a motorcycle or DWI, motor vehicle accident. We specialize in that and that only.
When someone says, my neck really hurts, I know exactly how that feels. There's so much more to an injury case dealing with the pain level that people go through. and how it affects their lives. And I know how to advocate to make sure that the insurance companies take all of that in consideration in every case.
We're very transparent and open to always keep them informed and stay on top of their case at all times.
Because we're a little bit smaller in team numbers, we're able to really dive into every single case and develop not only a client relationship, but a friendship and a lifelong connection.
We're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll meet you anywhere, at the scene, in the hospital, at your home. Whatever's best for the client, we will do every single time.
There is a connection component that I believe our firm is committed to. We want to be connected with you and your family beyond this case so that you know that you have a lifelong partner. Not just a case, but a lifelong connection and a lifelong voice. And we look forward to serving you.
Hey, I'm Amber. I'm with A.M. Spicy Pickles, and I ride with the 99.
Hey, welcome back to the award-winning 99% Radio Network in the Fishbowl, man. We got our amazing award-winning co-host, Pitbull,
Why, thank
and
you.
with
Pleasure to be here.
pleasure to be here. and our guest Chubbs with Burnt Pork Podcast. That's kind of hard to say when you say it really fast.
It
Burnt
is.
Pork Podcast. So welcome back, Chubbs. When we were talking about some of the things that our law enforcement go through on a daily basis, from back when I was on a job back in the 90s to now, it's extremely difficult to do your job.
It is.
When you do your podcast and you speak to some of these law enforcement officers, what are they feeling? How are they reacting to it? Does it make their job even more difficult?
It does, and I think I've talked about on the show before too that the days of wanting cops I feel like are over, and that's been detrimental to law enforcement all across the country. The days now of being aggressive, like a better term, on the street. Now what it takes is they're looking at what training you've been through, college degrees. There's a lot of this stuff that goes into play now as far as promotions and everything else. When back then it was who's a cop's cop, who.
But apparently, to a person getting pulled over, it depends on what you look like. It
Well-
doesn't matter on your credentials.
Yeah, but and it's funny you bring that up. But I'm going to share a story because I can't be indicted anymore for it. But when I was a rookie cop and I worked in East New York, Brooklyn, and Brownsville, Brooklyn, we went to a house. There was a house party, right? And there had to be 200 people in the house, and we were on the midnights. And I'm working, God rest his soul, this guy Tommy Wheel. So he was training me, and I was just like a rookie. And he's like, we pull up to this house party, and it is cranking. I mean, it's
Brooklyn.
It's Brooklyn, right? So I'm like all squared away with, I'm wearing my uniform.
Oh my gosh, you stuck out like a sore thumb.
Oh my God. I'm like the only white guy in a 100% black neighborhood,
It's Brooklyn.
So I grab my nightstick, right? And I go to get out of the car, and he goes, throw your nightstick back in the car. I'm like, I'm going to need that. He's like, no, put it in. And he walks by this garbage can, and he picks out a 4-foot 2x4 out of the construction garbage can. He goes, your nightstick ain't shit. He goes, we're gonna.
Now that's a knife. It wasn't.
And I'm like, I got my first taste of how to handle a house party in Brooklyn. You don't bring your nightstick, you bring a 2x4.
That's a perfect example how times have changed.
Times have changed, man.
A lot.
Yeah.
So.
Interrogation methods have changed a little bit as well. So it's
they have this thing called Miranda now. It's weird.
Miranda.
What is Miranda? What is this? Who's this Miranda?
She was a hooker on
Who is that?
She was a hooker.
Miranda.
Fucking Miranda.
But yeah, times have changed, and state to state has changed. You look at these officers that are over in Portland that are constantly getting beat down each and every day. I mean, they let them burn down their precinct. So the politicians are a big contributing factor to our poor law enforcement out there as well, because they bow down to the public and it's social.
You let them burn down your precinct.
They did back in 2020. They allowed them to. It's like just giving up the Alamo.
That's
just,
crazy.
Boom, we're not even going to protect it. And the politicians turned around and said, "Nope,
What did you
let
just
them go."
watch it happen?
Let me ask you this: back at
That's
NYPD,
wild. Hell
let-
no.
back when you were at NYPD, if that was even a thought that was going to happen, that one of your precincts was going to burn down, would your frontline guys, y'all were told to stay back?
Oh,
Would your frontline guys go ahead and protect the precinct anyway?
Hell yeah,
I would think so.
But we had
now what
chiefs-
happens to you when you do that? You get your ass fired if you do that
Yeah,
now.
yep.
For doing your job.
Yep.
We had chiefs in the NYPD back then that during the Crown Heights riots, they tried to wreck every building in Crown Heights, and they tried to take over our precinct, which was the 7-7 precinct. And our commanders were like, "No, you will stand fast and you will protect our precinct with everything we got."
Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
Like Gangs
he's
of
like,
New York
he's like,
style.
I don't care. We had a chief, Louis Adamone, man. We had a cop shot in the Bronx, and he was like, "Listen," we were all there. He goes, "You will shake every tree in this neighborhood." He goes, "Until you find out who shot this guy."
Mm-hmm.
And he was a cop's cop.
Yeah.
Cops, chiefs.
And
now
that's what
are
we're
a little
missing
different.
now.
Now
That's
you're
what we're
missing
missing now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, and I hate keeping going back to this, but going back to the grease, I'm not saying education is not important. 100%
Education is
important. Training is important. But we put so much emphasis and weight into a piece of paper now. You're having guys and gals that get promoted based on their master's degree and everything else. And some places it's even written into policy that you have to have that before you can even promote now. You could be the badass cop on the street for 10 years. And if you don't have that piece of paper, none of it means shit. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like I said, it's happened nationwide, I know, and it's been very detrimental to the whole, first responders in general. I think it happens with fire departments, EMS, dispatch. Doesn't matter what it is. I think it's a common thing now. It's common.
The fire departments, I heard they took away their PlayStations one day and they went ballistic. They just,
what are they going to do all day?
They were like, "Oh my God."
Yeah.
No, I can imagine. I have one 10-year-old tantrum. I know I've seen in
now
person.
you got,
I can't imagine.
Imagine 10 firemen
15
and only
of them.
one PlayStation for everybody. That's it.
Damn.
Our controller broke.
Yeah, I take my sons, and it's like this whole thing, and I put it above the fridge.
As long as they don't take the recliners. Once they take the recliners, there's something wrong. They can't get their safety nap in.
I bet you they sit on the floor, play PlayStation.
Oh.
That shit's addicting.
But the fire department as well. I mean, the fire department has their own internal problems, but not so much. Politicians don't jump in and dictate how fire department runs or how EMS runs.
Right.
And just like law enforcement, politicians should stay out. That's why you have chiefs. That's why you have commanders. That's why you have a police commissioner. They are the ones that are supposed to run the police department. You have to let them do their job. Politicians have should have no say in what law enforcement does,
Unless they're doing something dirty.
and like here in
In
New
my
York,
opinion.
and I got to commend the police commissioner in New York. It just came out today with Mondami. The fire commissioner stepped down because he sees where the city's going, but the police
Get the
commissioner
hell out of there too. But the real estate level, the prices are
Come to Texas.
Yeah,
come to
No,
Texas.
no, wait. Go to California. We're full here.
But-
we're full.
but the police
Texas.
police
I'm saying
commissioner
the officers. The officers come to
Oh,
Texas.
officers, yes. I'm like,
The NYPD guys should come here.
Yeah.
Plenty
Well,
of jobs here.
Yeah, and Greg Abbott said,
true.
"Come on down,
Yeah.
come on down,
come
man."
on.
Florida's welcoming the NYPD guys, but you know what? The police commissioner did an amazing thing today. She has done a great job so far, even under the guise of the last mayor, Eric Adams. She has really transformed and been able to bring down some of the crime rates. Now, she was a little nervous about Mondami with his socialism and everything else and all his free crap and what he was going to do to defund the cops and give the civilian complaint review board the whole control. And she was going to step down, but she turned around and she said, "You know what? I'm not letting this happen. I'm standing by every NYPD officer that's here. I'm there for them." And she even made a statement today. She goes, I don't agree with his politics, but I'm going to stand behind my officers.
Yeah, that's impressive.
And she wasn't going to
That's
jump
impressive.
ship.
Mhm.
That was real. I tell you, I commend
Somebody's
her
got to
100%.
say to keep it kind of filtered and.
Well,
the
it was
way-
very easy. She's an amazing commissioner. She can go anywhere in the country. Any city would be happy to have her, and she could jump ship tomorrow.
Yeah.
She could turn around and say, "Well, I don't like this mayor, and I'm going to jump ship." But she didn't. She said, "You know what? I'm not leaving my men." and my
Yeah.
my women
The
behind.
people that are staying there and doing the work.
Yep. And now she's an advocate. She can be the voice for
Exactly.
the, you know, she could fight against City Hall, and she won't leave her men and women in blue behind. So God bless you for sticking it out and fighting for your police officers. That's a commendable thing.
Absolutely.
You know, because a lot of people jump ship. Now you were in a department like my department. When I got on, we had about 32,000 officers. Now I think they're up to about 38. My graduating class was 2,150 officers.
Holy cow!
Yeah, 2,100.
I think I had 5 people in my academy class.
I had
but I finished number 1. I finished number 1 in my class, so I have a certificate for it. Doesn't matter how many people were in my class.
That's
Doesn't
it.
say it on the
It doesn't say
certificate.
right.
No. No.
I graduated number 1.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, we had 2,100. Our academy ran 24 hours, 7 days a week, and we graduated. We filled up Madison Square Garden.
Holy cow!
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, crazy. But that just shows, you know. But policing is policing, no matter where you go.
Yep.
It doesn't matter how many officers you have in your command. They all face that same issue. You know, crime happens in every small town. Shootings happen in every small town, and cops have to be at a hyper vigilant state throughout their whole career.
Yeah.
And it's not an easy job. And oh yeah. Yeah. Yep. Your mom's a pretty tough chick, man. She ain't gonna let anything happen to me. You know, and you know, can't forget our brothers in blue and sisters in blue in corrections, man. We're dealing with the same crap each and every day. We lock them up and they got to babysit them.
Oh yeah.
You know, out here, and I remember one of your podcasts that you were talking about. A lot of guys do jail. Working in jails before they become officers. That doesn't happen so much in New York because you have because I only have corrections officers. So, but here I saw that a lot of cops start off in the jails.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them start off, you know, the sheriff's department around here, most of them, and it may have changed over the years, but a lot of them, it'll hire when you're 18 years old out of high school to go be a jailer at the county jail. And that was kind of the point I was making with that is, you know, we're not pushing these high school teenagers anymore to go do trade schools or, you know, go to the military. That's one of the things I think we're really lacking. We're always pushing college. And again, I know education is important. I know eventually in your life, you're going to need that college degree. I don't have one. You get to watch my show for 30 seconds until I don't have a college degree, but I don't have one, but
Either do I.
Well,
I do.
Well, good for you. Good for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
What, liberal arts?
It actually was art.
Well, there you go. Hey, a degree's a degree. It's better than mine. That's more than I
It
have.
actually was art.
Oh, look at you got associates and you got liberal arts and
Art.
fancy.
No, art, like painting, art.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. No, I mean that was
Crafts.
my point. That you know we're not pushing these kids that you know the Explorer program that they used to have for high schools.
Right.
A lot of those have gone by the wayside now, and I don't know if it's because of lack of interest or we're pushing these kids too much to you know go to college and go that route instead of the military. It's hard to find guys that are getting out of the military now that want to be cops, and I don't know if it's just because there's not as many people coming out of the military that are interested in that career or what it is. But, you know, back in the day, as soon as you got out of the military, that was one of the first jobs you applied for, that and a firefighter.
Well, I think a lot of our veterans out there are going, you know, why am I going to jump from shit into shitty?
Yeah.
You know, if the police departments ran right and they were respected, they would definitely take that job because that's part of their purpose is to protect and serve. I think a lot of it's got to do with DEI. I think that really screwed up a lot of our law enforcement because they just hire anybody. Oh, you got a felony? Come on in anyway. You know,
hiring standards have definitely changed a
Right.
lot from what they used to be, and
you've seen it here too in Texas.
oh yeah, completely. You know, as far as you know, drug usage and everything else, and even past crimes. But you know, the hiring standards have changed, and again, in a place like the Metroplex, there are so many agencies in the Metroplex. Everybody's vying for candidates. Everybody's fighting each other. You see it all the time with the salaries. You know, this city just put up their salary another $5,000. Now this city has to counter that, and it's a war. It's a never-ending war to get police officers in the door. So that forces you, when you have somebody halfway decent, you take them. You know, when I started the job, it's hard to get a cop job.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was hard to get a cop job.
Well, now you ever hear the Blues magazine?
Yes.
All right.
Uh-huh.
I write for the Blues magazine. You got to, when you open up the Blues magazine, remember when it was probably maybe 50 pages. Now it's a little over 100 pages. And I would say 30 of those pages are from police departments across the country hiring.
Yeah.
And you got 4 departments per page. So it's like everybody is hiring and they need cops. And it's bonus programs and lateral transfer money and everything else just to get officers there. But we don't like what made you become a police officer? What family, or it was just you like donuts?
Well, I do like donuts. If you can't tell, and my name's Chubbs, but you know, it was one of those things. My mom was a county clerk in a small county in New Mexico growing up there, and I remember going to her office. The sheriff's department was right there, connected to her office. So it was kind of one of those things I've been around. You know, my stepfather was a cop for 37 years, so it's something I've been around.
Okay.
Kind of all my life, you know,
Right.
and I knew once I went into the Air Force and wanted to be a cop in the Air Force, and because I knew that was going to be my career path when I got out.
I didn't know you were that. I didn't know you were.
I am.
Well, thank you for
Air
your
Force,
service.
yeah.
I do appreciate that.
So I got out of high school, went to college for a semester. I got a D in golf, and my mom was like, "I'm not paying for college anymore." So the best thing that came out of that is I met my wife, who've been married 27 years now. I met her at college, but I joined the Air Force, but I realized college wasn't for me, and I knew I wanted to be a cop. And I'm like, well, what's the next step? And the next step was the military for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I encourage all y'all that if college isn't for you, look into the military.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we just got
Green Star family.
Want to read it?
I have a feeling that police department may be nationalized soon. What do y'all think?
That comes from the Green Star families. One of the veterans out there. You know, it is a scary thought. And I know it has been talked about, but I mean, I don't know. What would you think about it, them having? You know what I would like about a nationalized police department is that the standards would all be the same. The training would all be the same. Right. You know, there's too many departments out there that are training on different levels.
There's too many different neighborhoods and different scenarios. I would think that you'd have to be tweaked a little bit. I mean, like middle of Kansas to New York City is going to be completely different.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just a civilian here.
You're saying what works in New York may not work in Texas.
Yeah, it might be too tough for a small town in Kansas.
You have to get all these. One of the cities I used to work in, they were talking about combining 3 cities there and making it a Tri-Cities Police Department. These 3 cities.
And I'm gonna tell you something on that. I don't believe in that.
Here's the thing. Here's why it was never done. None of the chiefs want to give up their power. None of the chiefs want to give up their power because only one of them could be the chief. Mm-hmm. And so when you look at that aspect of it, even when you're combining other agencies, you know, you have chiefs out there that are not going to want to give up that power and want to do that. So,
but they do combine one thing. Like I know in the HEB area, they combine the SWAT teams.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. Which, you know, I had firsthand experience with,
that's how with
the lack of training with their SWAT teams is, you know, post-traumatic stress, how to deal with kind of mental health. I had just 3 years ago, I had an issue with my mental health, and SWAT team came, put a tank up on my front lawn, and then decided to shoot about 6 canisters of tear gas into my house. And then after they locked me up and they threw me in Tarrant County Jail for having a post-traumatic stress issue, I found out 2 years later when I ended up meeting up with one of the assistant chiefs. I go, "Why did you guys lock me up? Why did you shoot all this stuff?" And he said, "Because nobody really knew what to do, and they wanted to practice."
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Shit, they'd be paying for your new roof, man.
Yeah. That's
I mean,
and that's why when you talk about nationalized training, everybody should be on the same page.
Yeah.
Everybody should be. What happens here
a national training book, like scenario or training on PTSD, training on suicide, like. It all should be like a uniformed training.
It's a different standard, and it's all of our veterans, no matter what part of the military branch they're in, they all get trained the same way.
Yeah.
Police departments aren't being trained the same way.
That's true. And
Either on a physical aspect or even an educational aspect.
Right. One of the things that would scare me about the federalized thing you're talking about is who's in charge of making those policies.
Mm-hmm.
What administrations in the White House making those policies? That could be very scary for everything else. And so that part of it would scare me if we had a federalized law enforcement agency.
They got to figure out a balance with it somehow.
Well, you should at least have, like you said, a nationalized standard.
The standard
Right?
should be
And
yes.
But
I didn't know that wasn't a thing. So me is like not in.
Well, Texas has their own, you know,
Mhm.
and in Texas through TCOL.
But see, you got TCOL here. We don't have TCOL in New York.
TCOL.
You don't have a certification.
Nope.
What?
Wow,
That's
that's
exactly
odd.
what we're saying. New York doesn't have a
And
TCOL.
it probably won't have one.
You know, like
coming up
when
either.
I first came here and I started doing the post-traumatic stress workshops through a badge of honor, you know, they said, oh, you get TCOL credits. I was like, what the hell is a TCOL
Yeah.
credit? And they're like, well, you need a certain amount of TCOL credits per year.
Feels like you need to be of age.
Right. Yeah. I was like, what the hell is that? Because New York doesn't have that.
That's
We
crazy.
didn't have continued education. We didn't have to do that throughout the year. Once you got out of the academy, man, it was like you become a fat fuck and just, you know, eat
That's why
donuts all
there's
day.
all those documentaries
Eat
about
donuts all day.
fucking,
and
like,
that's it,
bad
man.
crime in
yeah,
New York.
Yeah. It's just, there you go. You're done. You know. Once in a while, they give you a little update. You know, you see an update, and they're like, "All right, take this 15-minute
So there's
class."
no statewide governing body for law enforcement. Wow.
No, not back when I was on the job. I mean, I don't know what they have now. I can't say. I
Who's
can't say
governor
for
then?
sure, but
Who's governor then?
who was governor then? I was.
Just curious.
It was probably Cuomo, the first Cuomo. I don't know. Dinkins was mayor. So
Yeah.
that shows you back.
Yeah, I was
Dinkins
just
was mayor. I
curious.
forgot who was governor. But
Well, we're gonna have, get your popcorn ready for the next couple of years.
yeah. Well, hey, listen, New York's going to be New York, but that's the TCOL credits. I think that's great to have. You need a standard for continued education
Mhm.
for our law enforcement.
Well, every
because
other
become laxed.
every other profession. I mean, that's like, I
Right.
mean, even my dental assisting when I was doing that, every year you had to do
Yep.
training because everything changes. The stuff you use gets advanced. I mean, I know it's like different with the chemicals and stuff that we use in dental, but I mean, like your gear changes, it gets advanced. You know how to use them each year. That like situations, being aware of like new studies with PTSD and stuff like that, how to do what let's just throw fucking smoke bombs and try it out. That's insane to me.
When it's funny. I came home because they let me out of.
Fantastic.
Up in Utah. I spent about
Sounds beautiful.
I spent about 30 days up in Chateau Recovery for a while. And I came home, the canister of tear gas was still stuck in my wall at my house.
You should have kept it and just made it like an
I
art
did.
piece.
I still got it. Still got it. Still got it.
I'm gonna look for it next time I come over. That's funny.
I'm gonna make it into a little shot glass.
Yeah, you should. That should be one of our 99 shot glasses.
But when we talk about like continuing education, I know you did a thing on post-traumatic stress.
Mhm.
I do workshops every month. I do 3 and 4 workshops every month for post-traumatic stress through all the departments out here, and I am so surprised on the lack of education.
Yeah.
Not only in some that and they're very adaptable. They're like, oh my God, I didn't know that, but how uneducated a lot of these chiefs are in how to deal with an officer who's battling, and they don't know how to handle it. They still have that suck it up or don't bother me with it attitude.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of police chiefs have been so far removed from the street, and they may not have to deal with something like that in their entire life. And So they may be so far removed from that they don't understand what these officers are going through, and that's a big part of it too. You have chiefs out there that don't interact with their frontline people.
They're disconnected.
Yeah, they are. It's a big disconnect, especially in a larger agency. Dallas, Fort Worth, everything else. They don't see their chief on a daily basis. I was at a department, medium-sized department, where I would see my chief on a regular basis. But the frontline guys didn't. I was a lieutenant, so I dealt with them obviously more than the frontline guys did.
Did like the lieutenants turn them out a roll call? Did you guys have a roll call?
Well, not in CID. Well, yeah, in briefing, yeah. When I was on patrol, yeah, we'd have a roll call before that. And that's the thing that the chiefs need to be doing. They need to be coming to your roll calls and briefings and everything else. And just touching base with guys, keeping connected with them. I know it's easier said than done. But a lot of police chiefs get a bad rap for not doing that and forgetting where they came from and forgetting what it's like to be on the street, forgetting what it's like to accidentally motherfuck somebody when you probably shouldn't have, but it happens.
Yeah.
And, and you get slammed for it now, but so a lot of chiefs forget about that. They forget about where they came from.
Well, they're worried about
all of them.
I think they're more worried about their careers now.
Yeah.
Because when you hit that level of chief, right?
Just make sure their retirement's secure.
That's right. I got 5 years of retirement and I'm you know what? Fuck everybody below me.
Let me just get.
Or they want to move on to city manager, or they want to run for city council, or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. It's and it's sad because the Chiefs. You got to fall on the sword. You want to wear those stars, man. You got to fall on the sword, and that's risking your pension. That's risking your retirement for the men and women that you serve. You're supposed to be there to protect them through everything, and that's politically and whatever you have to. And if you have to die on your sword, that's what you're supposed to do. That's what a real chief would do.
And I had an incident where I had one of the assistant chiefs that basically told me, "Hey, the chief really went to bat for you on this thing." I'm like, "That's his fucking job. That's what he's supposed to do."
Right.
So I don't feel like I owe the chief a thank you for doing that. That's his job.
That's your job.
But
right. Hey, listen, I'll buy you a beer and thank you, but I don't have to be
owe you.
Right. I don't have to owe you. Right. I don't have to be subservient to you because you did your job.
Yeah.
If I went out and gave 3 tickets, are you going to pat me on the back? No, you're going to say you should have gave out 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Why only 3?
Yeah. Why only 3?
Yeah.
Now we're on quotas.
Quotas.
They're not called quotas anymore. They're called contacts.
What are
citizen contacts. You got to have citizen contacts, not quotas.
What did you call it?
Citizen contacts.
I thought you meant contacts. Okay, contacts.
Yeah, citizen contacts. You'd have so many of those per day.
So really?
So I thought you said
At
contacts.
a lot of agencies.
Like you need to have
At a lot of
contacts.
agencies.
No, what type of contact? Like is that a contact?
Just a citizen contact usually means a vehicle contact.
Okay.
But there's no definition for it. It's just a citizen contact.
Oh, okay.
I have to say the Irving police, they were very, very polite when I had my little accident after following your ass home the other. Remember I took that corner with you?
Oh, the day we left here.
Yeah, I hit the curb.
Yeah, I wonder why you hit that curb.
Because I think you were in my lane. Just kidding.
No.
No, I had to drive like a car that sits in our driveway. So it was like no windshield wiper fluid. Sun hit the damn windshield. I went boop, boop. Literally got the or the rim back. There is a hole, not on the side, in the middle.
Yeah, when you
rim,
sent me that
dude.
picture, all I was thinking, I'll tell you straight up. What
And
I was
I'm
thinking,
in pin up.
but I was thinking, I'm going. The cop's gonna show up. I go. I hope she gets that car out of the road
Because it's gonna smell like reefer.
It's gonna smell like weed. That whole car is gonna smell like weed. And I'm like, oh.
Registration's out.
I was
it was bad.
I'm checking my bank account, see how much bail money I have. I'm like, the next call is gonna be from officer such and such.
They were so nice, though. They didn't even look or come near the car.
Well, you probably want like, did you open his shirt?
Well, that's a good thing.
See, they do work. They do work. Yeah, we had a quota in New York. A quota. You had to do 30 summonses a month. You had to give out at least a book a month.
Holy
so.
What's New York? I mean, that's you do that in 30 minutes.
Yeah, probably.
No, what we used to do is because there was so many stolen vehicles in our department. either burnt out or whatever. As long as the VIN number was there, I'd go
counted.
I'd go give 6 tickets to a car that had no wheels, no steering
Parking
wheel.
ticket, flat tire.
I'd give
Too
6
far
tickets.
from the
I would,
curb.
yeah, I would be like, oh, legally parked. The car's fucking burned out, but I had the VIN number, so I had something to put on. I had no plates. Jesus Christ, you got no plates.
It counts. It counts.
It counts.
That's all that matters.
That's funny.
Oh, Salerno, you're giving out a book of summons. Good job. Good job. Yeah. Yeah, that's bringing in revenue.
I believe it. I believe it.
Well, once again, man. So burnt. This is what burnt pork is. You're only getting
It's not
Not a
barbecue.
restaurant.
Yeah, it's not a restaurant. But the content that we're doing now, you can because this is the type of stuff you bring to your podcast. You know, we don't do this all the time. We're doing it because
Yes, we
he's
do.
here. No, but we don't talk about law enforcement all the time. But
True.
this is, if you are into this, if you want real transparency, you want direct talk, no hold back, you got to check out Chubbs and Burnt Pork, man. And how can they find you? Like, tell us when you're on.
That's on Spotify, iHeartRadio. We usually record about once a week, depending on guests and everything else. We got some really good guests coming up. I got a buddy of mine that's coming in town Saturday that I was in the Air Force with, and after we got out of the Air Force, we kind of went our separate ways. He went to work for a police department in New Mexico. Not long after, unfortunately, he was involved in an officer-involved shooting there. He had a long road to recovery after that, physically and mentally. Bad guy, not so much. He was DRT, so that was good anyway. But he'll be on the show. We're doing a recording with him on Saturday, so that show will probably be out next week sometime. I got another one coming up. I'm not going to mention their name yet. I'll mention on the next show. I want to make sure that's all confirmed. You know how that is.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, you know how that is. So, yeah, we got some good guests coming up too. And again, let me go to the name here real quick. So, do you ever wonder why it's called Burnt Pork?
Because it's
well-
hot for the cops.
What's that?
Burnout. Burnout.
Okay, that's what it is now. Okay, so when it started, it was me and a fireman, right? So you had the burnt part of it.
Oh,
and then, you had,
and then
so that's-
smoky. Yeah, a little.
Yeah,
okay,
so
all right.
it was burnt pork. And now it's more kind of a burnout thing. I
Yeah,
guess, but-
well, that's what I got from it. You
Yeah.
know, burnt that. But you know what I liked about the name, because it's not only like burnout, because burnout could mean so many different things. You could be cynical and fucking just pissed off, and
I am
but you know what?
sometimes.
You are, but burnt is just, you're just fed up, and you things that you couldn't say on the job, you're finally allowed to say, man. You know, it's like you're finally allowed to speak the truth, speak your mind, and you know, I know some of the officers that come on are still, they got to stay.
Yeah,
they got to stay.
And that's sad. It's sad that we have to do that. It's sad. That's one of the only professions you're not allowed to speak your mind and say anything you want on
Right.
social media or whatever it may be. We're restricted in what we can say, and if it gets back to your department, we're going to be in a world of shit.
Yep.
If you say something that you may agree with, but everybody else doesn't agree with, you may be in a world of shit just for having your opinion and speaking your mind.
Yep. And
And it sucks. It really does. And I broke
you don't
the bonds of that.
You don't even have to. You don't even have to name the department. You don't have to be wearing the patches or anything. But if someone recognizes,
Oh,
you,
yeah, absolutely.
You could be in civilian clothes. Someone
Absolutely.
recognizes you,
Oh, yeah.
or one of your chiefs recognizes you and says, "Oh, you said this, that, and the other thing. Guess what? You're suspended or
Yeah.
whatever." And that's not how.
And social media, especially, there's
Oh, I'm so glad I
you
grew up
can't.
without
You got to
social
be really
media.
careful what you say on social media.
Yeah.
As a cop. And
Yeah,
that's
you're
just all
safe.
there is to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pipple, you're safe.
Uh-huh.
Follow Pipple on TikTok. I mean, her TikToks
But you-
are amazing.
You can get arrested in Hood County though for posting a meme.
Let's talk about that.
Did I-
No.
I did hear about that.
We do have to touch on that. I'm glad you did, because I actually texted him the other day, and I said the 99 gives you full support and everything else, because he was at the Celebrity Softball Classic with
yep.
us, and when you think about politics and you think about that, if I post a meme on Facebook, am I going to piss somebody off? You may. Are you going to hurt somebody's feelings? You may, but you would never ever think that you would be locked up and put in jail.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that story, because I didn't get the full gist of it.
So basically, what happened is he posted. I'm not gonna say his name, but you can Google it. It's all over the internet. But he posted basically a Photoshop version of a candidate supposedly supporting another candidate, and these two candidates hate each other, and it was for city council or school board, something, it wasn't for the president of the United States. And the sheriff's department there issued a warrant basically for online impersonation, which reading the probable cause affidavit as a retired, criminal investigator or lieutenant, I'm like, yeah, this is not fitting. But this is where politics bleeds into law enforcement. Every time it happened, nothing good comes out of it for the department or for the person that's being accused, obviously. But the elements of the offense, that's not what that law was created for. You can go read it yourself. But the probable cause affidavit, the last line there, says something to the effect of, this was done with the intent to defraud the general public. Well, the general public, there's only a few things the general public can be a victim of. And online impersonation is not one of them. Or there'd be thousands of people arrested a day.
Without a doubt. I mean,
that means everything you put online has to be the absolute fact.
Right, and nothing is.
Right.
I mean,
Nothing is.
people are changing faces and changing this and changing words and cutting out but what I don't understand is how did the police chief, unless he bowed under pressure from city council or some political people, how did he in good faith turn around and say, I got to place you under arrest?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
That blows my mind.
Yeah. And it's actually the sheriff's department. So the sheriff, and he's in an elected position, and as a elected politician, that's not a good look for you to allow that to happen. But
it's frightening that it happened because the town that it happened in, I thought was pretty conservative.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that would ever happen. The person who it happened to, I never in a million years.
No.
This person, like I said, look him up. He dedicates his life to giving back and service. And he is somebody who is he's pretty much a pillar of the community. He is well respected. He's an amazing person. Gives so much to charity, dedicates his time. And for this to happen to somebody like that, I'm like, man, if we say something wrong, even here with freedom of speech, how a politician could say something and say, I want them locked up.
Yeah.
Get me.
It is scary.
Yeah.
I mean, it's scary.
Well,
I have to try it.
Yeah, Pitbull's 6'6" and she'll kick your ass.
Right.
Well, I want to thank you, Chubbs, for being a part of the show.
Absolutely.
Like I said, you got to follow Burn Pork because you know what? Just talking to you, just in the studio, just talking to you, man, I feel so much better. I felt like it was like 6 therapy sessions in one.
Yeah.
A 6-pack of therapy right there.
You need therapy.
I do need therapy.
Everybody needs therapy.
I definitely need therapy. But once again, check out Burn Pork, check out Chubbs, support him, follow him, subscribe. Never miss one of those episodes because you know what? He's going to make you laugh, going to make you cry, going to make you think, going to make you wonder what's going on behind the curtain that we all fail to look behind. So always look behind that curtain and go, is this thing right? So I want to thank you, brother. Appreciate your time. All right, man. We're going to be back right after these messages with Billy Ball and Hempin' Hounds.
I was in an accident 12 months ago to the day. I was driving on southbound Santa Fe and somebody did a suicide left in front of me and I T-boned him at 45 miles an hour. From that point forward, I don't remember anything for the next 18 days because I was in a coma.
She broke 9 bones, lacerated my spleen, put me in the hospital for 21 days. I remember none of it.
Biker Down was founded in 2011 after riding several rides over the summer and seeing, tragically, my friends get injured. And I felt that there was a need missing in Denver and in Colorado for an organization that helped the biker community. As you may know, the bikers are one of the most charitable entities out there, and what we do is provide them a variety of services such as medical equipment, financial assistance if necessary, and a plethora of resources to help them stay afloat during the hardest time in their life, which is their recovery. My biggest hope is that I'll never get another phone call that a biker's gone down, but that's not realistic. So I think my true realistic dream is that we can help as many as we can help, because it is life-changing for them. Certainly donating and volunteering your time. And even if you can't do that, attend our events. You know, attend our event and get a $20 t-shirt for your $20. You know, those kind of things make a big difference in a small nonprofit like ours.
Hey, welcome back to the award-winning 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl. We are doing our Hemp and Hounds. Oh! And we got a hound here with Billy Ball. What's
Tater
going on,
Tot.
Billy?
What's up, y'all? This is little Tater Tot. Isn't he cute? He's 10 weeks old. He's what you call a toy. So he's not going to get too big.
Oh.
So is he fixed? He's not. No, he's just
so
10
he's
weeks
tater
old.
with tots.
He's
still.
tatered with his tots. Well, his
He's still
tots.
got his tots.
His tots haven't even dropped yet. Nope, no tots yet, but he'll eventually have some tots. So yeah.
10 weeks, huh?
Uh-huh.
Now, what? This is an Australian
Yes,
Shepherd,
but
right?
he's a toy. So there's toys. The ones that I normally bring are considered minis. Trevor, the one with no tail with the big ass, he's a full size.
Okay, so there's regular toy, the mini, then toy,
and then toys, yeah, like his sister.
So we had a mini. We're like, this isn't small enough.
His
We need to
sister.
make something smaller.
We just sold his sister to this wonderful family, and she was this big, and she was
Put it
like
in
a
your
little,
pocket.
yeah,
So how big will he get?
maybe 15, 20 pounds.
Okay.
Well, Trevor, the one with the big ass that's really big, he was supposed to be
Trevor.
smaller, but all that loving I give him, nurturing,
It's a
is,
big
nurture,
ass.
nurture is
Nurture,
a thing.
treats.
So yeah, great big babies, and I'm currently in the process of making some more treats and things. So I'll bring treats for the dogs and everyone next
Christmas
week.
tree.
Yeah. I need some more of that liquid gel
Okay.
for my dog who has seizures.
The tincture. Okay.
Yeah.
I will get that made this week and
appreciate
get that to you. Cause yeah.
But today we're going to talk about hemp,
Ugh.
not so much hounds, but we're going to talk about hemp. And we got Russell Langhammer on. Russ,
The hammer.
Bringing in the hammer.
bringing in the hammer. Russ, can you hear us?
Free the weed.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Talking to you, beautiful people.
For the listeners that, because it's been a couple of weeks since you've been on, actually a couple of months since you've been on. Russ, give us a little background about yourself and what your story is.
I am a former athlete and airline industry professional who obtained a brain injury and broke my back and became disabled and was addicted to opiates, benzodiazepines, and all the pharmacy merry-go-rounds that run my life. I lost everything. I got back up, started living again using cannabis and psilocybin mushrooms. Now I'm an advocate and I travel around the world telling my story. I'm a grandfather. I'm 60 years old, conservative, and I use cannabis and psilocybin for my medications because it keeps me living a great life. And now, Mr. Mitch McConnell, a rhino, a conservative, who invented the cannabis, the bill. Help me out, Billy. The farm bill in 2018. Now, for $850,000 from the alcohol industry, he wants to run a $20 billion industry, and I'm telling you, it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
What does that exactly mean?
I don't know.
For us kind of laymen.
I'm distracted by the amount of pot he's showing on film right now.
My cat wants to get on here too.
Right.
Baby.
Bring that pussy on.
She always, every time I do a podcast, she's like, let me on.
Always say, hey, look, the 99 is showing a little pussy.
There you go. But no, it's not going to work because so many soldiers now, since 2018, and that's when I met Billy around 2017, 2018, and Normal. We have these sodas here, and Billy tried one yesterday. It was great, wasn't it? This is a cannabis drink, people, and this is the reason.
Hop Fusion actually has hemp infused beer on tap at Hop Fusion.
That's beautiful. This was not hemp infused. This was. It was.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm coming over.
Mama had a great ride home yesterday. But hey, Russell, what do you think about like what Mitch McConnell is doing and what he has done? I mean, let's face it, the man's not. He's not much longer for this world.
Well, I'm going to talk from experience because I went to college in Kentucky, all right? And I know Mitch McConnell. My cousin worked with him side by side, and I watched him come up. He's bought and owned by the Chinese Lane Chow. Her company owns him. They don't even live in the same house. The guy don't have it up here anymore. I mean, he's done. This is so politically. This is bullshit. He took $850,000 from the whiskey people there in Kentucky, and I know. I lived in Louisville. I was there for 8 years, guys. I started my airline career at Standard Field in Louisville, Kentucky. And I know Kentucky. It's the Commonwealth. It's the most corrupt state I've ever been in my life. It's not a state. Mitch McConnell don't even know who he is. These people stuck this bill in, and thank God Nancy Mace has just she started a bill yesterday to get rid of that. Because so many farmers and so many soldiers and so many people are benefiting. My pain management doctors at the Star in Frisco, they used to prescribe me dronabinol, which is generic Marinol, okay, what they used to give to AIDS patients, just so I could pass the drug test. Now, since the Farm Bill, they don't give a shit anymore. I don't have to buy dronabinol for $300 a month, which is Big Pharma's cannabis. All right, and my buddy Brian owns this company. He just left my house about 20 minutes ago. He's a fellow German. He's scared to death because this company is doing well. People go into bars now and they buy this drink. And Billy, tell them how good it tastes.
It tasted like a Fanta lemonade. It was really bubbly.
I was thinking like
it was delicious.
It's not like
it was absolutely.
But it has like
delicious.
you can kind of have a slight smell or
Like,
taste of it.
it's not like
there's no
one of these, right?
No,
This is cannabis, guys. Okay, this is cannabis. This is THC. This one here is hemp Delta 9 THC. Okay, and my kleiner Bruder Brian Hart, he owns this. He went all over the world and studied cannabis. He has education. He's a conservative. He went to Colorado and learned the ins and outs and found out who's the scumbag and who's the not. And he created this. Okay, he created this, and he makes it himself. He delivers it himself. I've introduced him to the bodybuilding. I introduced the bodybuilding community to this, and it has taken off, guys. This is Vitam. Okay, this is one of many.
Let me ask something. This
Yes,
the Texas Tribune, this was dated 11/19/25. So this is today, came out, and the TBAC intends to proceed with the adoption of permanent regulations for the hemp industry in Texas, despite the potential ban. Now, with that drink right there, one of the articles, and maybe you can, because I don't know. When we talk about milligrams, the funding bill bans the sale of hemp-derived products with more than 0.4 milligrams of THC or psychoactive element also found in marijuana. Now, what does that mean?
That means that this is federally illegal in a year. This is a class 1 fucking drug. Excuse me. This is a class 1 drug because of what Mitch McConnell did after what, 359 days from now? When it goes into effect in September of 2026, this is a class 1 felony. That's bullshit.
So they're putting
exactly, brother.
They're putting 0.4 milligrams of THC in the same class as heroin or PCP or anything like that.
Correct.
Crystal meth.
That means in anything or just the drink?
Well, see, so it used to be, it was 0.3%, like the total weight. But now they're saying it can't be more than that in the entire package.
In anything.
In the
And
whole,
this one here has 10 milligrams of THC.
Oh, no.
the whole package, which is
Okay.
ridiculous, which is absolutely
has-
ridiculous.
Oh, no.
5 milligrams of CBD,
Or
and
is
it has 10 milligrams of THC. Guys, I have a brain injury, so I'm up all night. I was talking to my German cannabis family last night, and they are freaking laughing at the way that Mitch McConnell snuck this in, all right, and just killed the hemp industry. They have recreational. I was over there fighting for cannabis legalization, and just a couple years ago, they went full recreational. Germany did. They're laughing at us now. And I'm talking, when the Nazis are laughing at Texas.
I'm going back to Frankfurt.
Yeah. Well,
real quick, hold
okay.
on. I want to tell you this real quick. So
Ich
schedule,
auch, Schatzi. Ich nehme du mit mir, okay? Komm
hold
mit
on,
mir.
I'm gonna give them this information real quick. So Schedule 1, it's the most potential for abuse and dependence, no medicinal qualities whatsoever, heroin, LSD, marijuana, ecstasy, and peyote. Schedule 2, which they consider less dangerous than all those, high potential for abuse and dependence, some medicinal qualities. So they consider Vicodin, cocaine, meth, Oxycontin, and Adderall less
Everything that's
harmful.
prescribed by pharmacies.
Dilaudid, too. I took Dilaudid for 20 years. Dilaudid
All
was
of those,
less
and weed is the less.
It's ridiculous.
So where does alcohol
most of
fall,
them.
where does alcohol fall on this spectrum either? Because
doesn't,
that is
it's
one of the most
legal.
addictive.
Doesn't fuck.
Legal.
Alcohol has destroyed my family, guys.
You're exactly right. It's legal to do
something wrong on it.
because
Fatty.
that's another charge. If you get into a fight outside a bar,
Toxic
right now it's
public
intoxication.
DUI.
Right.
All that. Yeah.
Let me read something that's also in here. This comes from a veteran who is fighting a good fight. You may know him as well. Hemp is too vital to the American economy and the livelihoods of millions to be dismantled by rushed, political-driven legislation. The Texas Hemp Business Council said that statement last week. As we proved in Texas, we will continue to pursue every legal and legislation option to overturn these harmful provisions and restore a fair science-based system, continue to protect minors, ensure product safety, and preserve economic opportunities Congress created in 2018. So I agree with that. Have some restrictions. You know what? If you're 21 and under, you can't have hemp. You know what? You want to make sure that the product is safe and, for consumer use. Hell yeah. This way you don't have to have fentanyl or anything else in there. You want to make sure you're doing a safe product. But that's where was it? That wasn't the one from the veteran. One of the where is it? I had it marked.
John, what you said, that word fentanyl, I lost my little brother, Chris Langhammer, 2 years ago to a fentanyl overdose. Okay? He was a veteran, and he went to the VA, and he tested positive for cannabis. He was in a legal state, and they only gave him a handful of Percocets because he was hit in the head over a dispute, some kind of weird Airbnb. And they cracked his head open, and they only gave him a handful of Percocets, and they said, we can't give you more because you're taking a Schedule I drug. This was the Veterans Administration, okay? My little brother and his girlfriend went outside and bought Percocets, what they thought were Percocets, from a friend, and it was fentanyl, and both of them died, okay? My little brother was 50 years old. He was a veteran, okay? And he had issues with addiction, but because he wasn't allowed to use cannabis, he went out and bought some Percocets, what he thought was Percocets, and my little brother died, okay? And nobody understands what has happened over the last 4 years. And you don't have to get political or not. Fentanyl has destroyed our country. I've lost a mother and 2 brothers to pharmaceuticals. I almost lost myself to pharmaceuticals. Billy knows. She knows me very well. She's been here to the house. She's like family now. All right. I am telling my story because I was a conservative man working for American Airlines, doing everything I was supposed to do. I went to college. I followed the orders in the 80s. You know, I graduated college in the 80s and I started my career and I did everything I was fucking supposed to. I followed doctor's orders, and when I got hurt, they destroyed my life with pharmaceuticals. And if I would have had the option to use cannabis, that's all I'm saying. If I would have had the option to use cannabis and these wonderful mushrooms here that I grow myself, everybody, which is legal, and now I have my life back. We're going to Buenos Aires. We're going to Buenos Aires in January, and you know what? I would have never been able to go back and see my family and friends in Buenos Aires had I followed doctor's orders and taken the Oxycontin.
You probably wouldn't be here. You probably
No, sir.
wouldn't be here if you were following doctor's orders.
No, sir, I wouldn't. And you know, doctors need to understand they are trained differently because the Rockefellers and Harry Anslinger in 1937 took a plant that built this country. Hemp built this country, John. Every freaking plantation was hemp. It makes the best sales. It has more protein than a steak. I put it in my freaking yogurt every morning. Hemp hearts. It's all it is seeds. It makes the best concrete. It makes the best clothing, and it will save the trees. But no, big pharma can't stand it because it's helping people like myself, and they hate that shit.
Right. Well, it's helping
And
not
you know-
only you, it's helping, I mean, thousands and thousands of veterans,
I'm not a veteran, but it's helping me.
but it's helping you. Well,
Yeah,
listen,
I'm currently working with an organization called Experience Onward with a gentleman named Daniel Carcillo, and I've been blessed. He saw my story, and I reached out to him. I'm going to be an ambassador for Experience Onward, and what they do is they take people like myself, athletes who have brain injuries, and they give them a chance to try ayahuasca, cannabis, psilocybin, and you know, if you have a problem eating a mushroom, this gentleman has created a company called Wisana Health. His name is Daniel Carcillo. He's an ex-hockey player, had 2 Stanley Cups, and he had a brain injury like me, and later on in life, he started having problems. He founded Experience Onward, and Wisana Health to help people. And now people are starting to go, hey, you guys are familiar with the football player Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
he's
no,
like
personally,
15.
but yeah, we
Okay,
heard
well,
his name a couple of times.
He's 20 years younger than me, okay? Daniel's 20 years younger than me. And if 20 years makes a big difference, but those athletes are experiencing the same things that I did, and they're getting help. They're getting legitimate help. Aaron Rodgers is still fucking playing football. Sorry. Aaron Rodgers is still playing. I love it. Okay? He's playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And before he plays, he talks about it on Joe Rogan. He eats 3 grams of magic mushrooms. All right. He uses cannabis, and he's still competing. I'm still alive because I use this medication, guys.
Russ, when you bring up TBIs and traumatic brain injuries, you know, most of our football, hockey players, boxers, you know, have all sustained multiple TBIs.
Yes.
which brings on post-traumatic injury. It brings in mental stress. It changes your whole cognitive functions in your brain. I hate to say it, and I don't know if it was part of it. We just lost a Dallas Cowboy to suicide.
Oh, so sad.
Exactly. I'm glad you brought that up.
Who knows if that was due to a TBI? Your brain doesn't think when you have a brain injury, your brain doesn't think properly. You're not thinking with your prefrontal cortex, which brings you to your reasonable thinking. You're thinking out of your subconscious or your midbrain, which is a fight or flight aspect. And it's same with ADHD and people with anxiety. People, you've told me numerous times that because of that condition, right? You can't. It's hard to function throughout the day. I can't imagine. I can't imagine to not be able to stay focused. But cannabis THC,
I've done
helps
cannabis. I mean, but first it was just because I was young and it was something to do. And it was like, but then when I did it, I was still functioning and I was able to do things. And as I've gotten older, I'm 42, 43-ish. Am I 43, 42? And
well, you forget your age.
I do.
Well, age doesn't matter when you're on when you're smoking weed.
But like I don't like taking medicine. I've tried. They've given I've gone to the doctors when I had insurance, and they've given me like a sample of something. See if this works. But I feel like I'm like on crack. I don't like it.
No, you're not yourself.
No,
You're not your
I'm not
true
myself.
self.
This
And
I
the
know
great
what
thing
I'm
about
doing.
cannabis is it helps you forget. And the great thing about cannabis is it helps you forget.
No, I won't say that it helps me forget. It doesn't help me forget. It's more that it tunes in all the voices and the extra noise.
Exactly.
And
This is cannabis, guys. This is cannabis right here, okay?
Funny is,
and this right here is
Russ, hold on one second. You go to the doctor and you say I'm ADHD and I need to focus. What are they giving you? Adderall.
When they did, yeah, it was
Right?
Adderall.
They're gonna pump Adderall in you.
Because it's
But-
not that dangerous. You saw the scheduling. It's,
But
it's
then,
okay.
right, they'll give you Adderall, they'll give you some sort of pharmaceutical, but they won't let you
Ritalin.
smoke weed or Ritalin,
Right.
Something that's going to
It
affect
was all those things.
some part
And
of
I
your
was
body.
looked
It's
down
going to screw up
upon
your
because
kidneys or
I was awake. I am still a wake and baker, and like that's what I do. I have my morning coffee. I have my smoke. That's what I do.
And the great thing about the cannabis is there's different. There's the sativa and the indica,
Yeah.
and the mid, so you can kind of pick what.
And that's how I do. I get
what-
I only know right now the indica hybrid and sativa, but I know there's so many different strains that are like when you're really
They're-
getting into it, that can focus way more into the
for
home
sure
stuff.
they
that you
can
need.
just pinpoint it on down.
Exactly. So
Right.
like for right now, for that, it's me when I if I know I want to get up and come to the show or something, I'm gonna do a sativa. If I want to go home and chill and I need to mellow out, I'm gonna do an indica. If I'm just having a Sunday, it's a hybrid.
Because remember
How much weed you got in your house?
Oh, I smoke at least 4 joints a day. I'm not gonna.
But
lie.
remember how we were talking about
Amen, sister.
all have the same thing, but you would need this dose of this medicine, you would need this
Mhm.
dosage, but I would need.
And I
this
think
one
I
over
probably
here.
wouldn't
It's-
have to do so much if I got the right thing needed for me.
Correct. That's what we got to talk to Russ.
See,
Yeah.
and,
The
and
muscle.
that's what like Billy taught me that where the different strands can target different illnesses and ailments, right? So like
Yep.
you just said,
Yeah, and I'm only going off of,
I'm
like-
just learning this.
Yeah, I'm only going off of I go to the vape shop. I know it's not the most. It's not what I'm supposed to do, but it's convenience for me.
Right,
And that's all.
exactly.
Kind of. It's not the great.
Russ
but
is
it's
like,
there.
come to my house.
I know, and he has invited me to get out of my bubble and
Well,
go down.
I've never been in any trouble, guys. I've never gotten a speeding ticket, knock on wood, and I've always followed the rules. And now, Mitch McConnell, how dare you, man? I mean, you created the Farm Bill, and now
Puppet. He's just a puppet. He, like you said, he
He's
doesn't
on
know
the
what
way
he.
he don't know what
doing.
he's doing.
He's just
The
whatever.
guy needs to retire.
I was just about to say that.
It's
He's
all a
probably
paycheck.
getting. Here's your retirement fund. Make sure you say this. Doesn't
Do
matter
this,
about
write
your.
this bill before you
Yeah.
leave. Do this
Yep.
for the next person because we have somebody in line that's going to do this, and it's all.
I want to say something else too. A lot of my liberal friends are like talking this and that. I said, you know what? Biden could have legalized cannabis across the board for 4 years, and all they talked about was, oh, we're going to release federal prisoners from the. There's no people in jail. There's not that many people in jail federally for weed.
No.
Okay.
It's still federally illegal in the United States, and then that's all in Big Pharma's pocket, man. I mean, Tucker Carlson.
We're not blowing up boats coming from Cambodia that are carrying weed.
No.
They're carrying fentanyl and stuff that's going to kill you.
I like that, John. You're right. That's so fucking ironic. Excuse me. It's so ironic that you said that because
E5 battleship.
But see, here's where the public's gotta look at it. You know, all these liberals are up in arms that were blowing up these trafficking boats that are coming across the water with fentanyl and all this poison to infect our kids. But oh my God, smoke a joint. Let's put a law against it.
Correct.
It's crazy.
that's because Big Pharma, you know that, and now Big Alcohol's involved. Big Alcohol is scared to death of drinks like Vita. Okay, and Vita, my buddy started this, and he the guy's a staunch Republican. All right, he went to Germany and then got educated. His mom's German. That's how I met him. We're German, and we met in the cannabis industry. And he started this business. All right, went to Colorado, learned the industry, did it all on his own, makes it in his garage, and goes to places. And now Mitch McConnell wants to shut him down. This guy's been very, very successful.
Then he should.
There's Brian Hart.
Shut down every craft beer supplier out there as well.
This is what it's all about. Anheuser-Busch.
You look at the alcohol content of craft beer.
12%
It's 12% sometimes. So you know what? Where do you draw the line? It's whoever's big in, and that's why it's so political.
That's true. I never thought of
you
it
think
that
about
way.
it. You know
I'm
what?
a craft beer nerd, and you can get a fucking one bottle of beer could be up to
12,
14%.
right.
And they don't really tell you that when they buy it. It's
No.
like, this is a stout.
Right.
And
But,
then you have
but it's supposed to be
fucking tank.
But I mean, Oklahoma now, Oklahoma is like 5% or 6% beer, or what they call it, beer. And then over here they have 6 or
2.4.
2.4, whatever the
Oh,
percentages
is that
are.
what it is here? 2.4?
Yeah.
The gas station beer.
Yeah. But you know what? They don't regulate that. Go to the craft beer. Not that I want anybody from the craft beer to go out.
This
out of
hemp
business.
ban is not
I'm
going
just
to
saying,
stand, guys.
apples and oranges. Russ, I got brother. I got to cut you off because we got to get on to our next segment. But I can't wait till you come into studio. I want you here in studio.
I'll be
very
there,
soon.
bro.
I need you.
And bring some
No,
of that,
Billy.
bring
You
some of
have
that
to come
wonderful
with
liquid.
snacks.
Bring snacks.
I'll bring goodies, okay?
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Love
you
you,
very
Russ.
much for the education.
Love you guys.
Appreciate it, Russ.
I'll say the same.
Thank you, brother.
Adios, amigos.
Adios.
Follow my progress. Google my name.
All right, buddy.
All right, man. That was Russ Langhammer. Hey, listen, if you enjoy this Hemp and Hound segment, please let us know because, this brings such great education between Billy and Russ. You guys really hit this hard, and I think it's amazing because so many people need this. And we are being bamboozled by the political parties who just have their theories about it. And you guys bring dedicated education, background education. You've been in the field for such a long time. So you know the ins and outs, what's good and what's bad, and what's addictive and what's not addictive.
Mm-hmm.
So follow Hemp and Hounds, follow Billy Ball and Russ Langhammer. Each we'll try to do it each week. But
and also, a lot of people still have that stigma attached to it, and they don't want to ask a question on here, right? They don't. So if you have a question or there's just something you want to know, please private message me on Messenger, and I will get back to you, or Russell will. Because I know there's still a stigma, and a lot of people don't want to say, "Hey, I'm interested," or what's the difference? What can I do? So just reach out to me, and I'll talk to you. Okay.
all right.
Okay. Or if you want a puppy.
Or if you want a puppy, look at this beautiful. He has been sitting, and he's not stoned. We asked, right?
Right. He's
He's not stoned, but
I don't know if I believe her.
little Tater Tot's been just laying so comfortable
Tater
right
with
here.
tots.
Tater with Tots just laying so comfortable.
Tater Totless.
So Tater Tot's up for adoption.
He is.
He is up for adoption.
He's got a brother that looks just like him, and he's got another brother that's a black and white version instead. So
Now, like we said, Hemp and Hounds. We can't sell you the hemp, but we can sell you the hound.
I can sell you hemp.
She can.
Hemp
Hemp
products.
not
Yeah.
hemp products. But look how how peaceful and adorable the puppy is, and he is not on anything. We don't sedate him. He's just so comfortable, and that's the upbringing that and the environment that he lives in. Most dogs are very rambunctious. If we were in this kind of setting, he is just asleep. He's just asleep. So that just shows that Billy does such a wonderful job taking care of her puppies. So we're going to be back with another veteran, with Scott Hodges, and his 2 books that he wrote that are available on Amazon. I'm going to be talking about almost the same thing. We're going to get into the political aspects, and we're going to find out a little bit more about post-traumatic stress right after these messages. Stay tuned.
Here at Triple Ten Aussies, we're going to find you your forever pet. We specialize in miniature and toy Australian Shepherds. All our pups are pet and family friendly. They're socialized, basic training, and a health guarantee. Check out our miniature and toy Australian Shepherds at triple10aussies.com or call us at 817-213-6698.
My name is Art Lee. I invented LifeVac to protect my family. Protect your family. Buy LifeVac now.
Thank you, Daddy.
That was us over 10 years ago.
Now, LifeVac is responsible for saving over 2,000 lives from choking.
We started this company in our garage, just hoping to make a difference, because over 5,000 lives are needlessly lost each year to choking incidents.
Help LifeVac on our mission to save lives.
In the time it takes you to pick up the phone and call, another life could be saved.
LifeVac's patented design creates a one-way suction to remove food or objects obstructing airways. All you have to do is place, push, and pull. And just like that, LifeVac can save a life from choking.
Quite frankly, I thought I was going to die. The LifeVac saved my life in 1-2 seconds.
Get your very own LifeVac now and get 20% off. Visit lifevac.net or call 877-LifeVac.
As my personal promise to you, if you order a LifeVac and have to use it, LifeVac will replace it free.
LifeVac works on adults, teens, or toddlers and can be ready in seconds and last a lifetime, guaranteed.
Best of all, you can even use a LifeVac on yourself, the elderly, physically impaired, or those that other methods may not be possible or are dangerous. In the event of a choking emergency, you could save a life, even your own.
Thank you, Daddy.
Life is precious and time matters.
Choking can happen anywhere. Help us put a LifeVac in every home, school, restaurant, car, office, everywhere.
Protecting families has always been our mission. I'm sure you love your family like I love my daughter. Do us all a favor and get your own LifeVac now.
LifeVac saves lives. Order one for your home, the office. It also makes a great gift. Use promo code Jackie and save 20%. Don't wait another minute. A life might depend on it. Go to lifevac.net or call 877-LifeVac. That's lifevac.net or 877-LifeVac. Order now.
I'm David with Thunderbird Biker Supply, and I ride with the 99.
Hi, I'm Maria.
And I'm Misty. And we're with POF, and we ride with the 99.
Hey y'all, I'm Janie Balderas, and I ride with the 99.
Rising loud like a storm untamed. This is where the difference gets its name.
Leather Up will keep you safe while looking great with a huge selection of armored and casual flannel shirts. From beaded to sleeveless, Leather Up's got badass gear for all riders and all seasons. Leather Up with 3.5 million customers since 1999. Iconic biker brands like Milwaukee Leather and Hot Leathers to give you the largest selections anywhere. Comfort, variety, classic styling, and affordability with free same-day shipping on orders over $100. Visit leatherup.com and use the promo code MAYHEM for 20% off.
We just wanted to let you know we're on the High Seas Rally, and it's very lonesome here at the bar without you. But Gary and
It's made up for it.
Has made up for it, and we just want to say we ride with the 99.
We miss y'all.
We love you.
Meets the road, we stand tall through the grit and grind. We answer the call, voices rising loud like a storm untamed. This is where the difference gets its name. Get in the truck, drive the wave of the sound. The 99%, we're breaking new ground. It costs nothing to be kind, that's the creed. Join the 99, fulfill the need. Get in the truck, ride the wave of the sound. The 99%, we're breaking new ground. It costs nothing to be kind, that's the creed. Join the 99, fulfill the need. Fulfill the need. Tires spinning fast on this endless track. We move forward, no time to look back.
Hey, welcome back to the award-winning 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl. Multi-award-winning show. That's right. She just wants to say multi because she got co-host of the year. Multi-co-host of the year. Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
They all got one.
Yeah, you should have got multiple.
I should have got
You
multi.
should have got more awards for all the people in your head.
All the facial expressions. All the facial expressions should have gotten one.
That's right. Hey, well, we just wrapped up with Burnt Pork, Chubbs, man. Check him out. And now we have Scott Hodges, an Army veteran. Welcome, Scott.
Hey,
You just
an
stand
author.
close to this.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
You know, you're a veteran and you authored 2 books or more than
I
2.
did.
These 2 books.
I'm working on my 3rd book right now. It's coming out. So
all right. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about your service.
So I spent 20 years in the Army. I'm retired now. I spent time in the 82nd, 101st Ranger Regiment, and then actually I taught guys in the National Guard and Reserve. So
Oh, wow. So you did 20 years. You don't
20
you don't
I know. I was
you know,
like,
I'm looking
You're
at you going-
welcome.
I'm like, holy crap! You
you're
don't look
welcome.
like you could have did 20
I want
years.
to know
You're
your skin
welcome.
cream.
That's what I'm thinking. He's like 28 years old. You did 20 years of service.
Yes, sir.
to this
Yep,
country.
I sure did.
God
that
bless you,
gingerbread.
man. Wow.
Yep.
Are you smoking a lot of hemp?
I wish I was actually.
It's kept me young.
Yeah. No, man. God bless you, man.
Thank you.
God bless.
Yeah.
But 20 years serving this country, you know, that is so honorable. I can't thank you enough because, you know, what made you like not get out after 4 or not get out after 8 or just
What kept you in?
Yeah.
You want to know the secret?
Yes.
Yeah.
The boys.
Camaraderie.
Everyone else who wanted it so bad, I want to stay there for them. Not for me,
Nice.
not for my family, and I love my family. Don't get me wrong, but for the boys, I would do anything.
It becomes like they are
That
your
is my
first
family.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
I didn't have one as a kid, so growing up with them, and I say growing up, but growing up with them, that's the only thing I ever needed.
Well, when you got in, what age were you?
18.
So I mean, that is
Well, actually, I
growing up.
signed at 17.
Yeah.
So,
But at 18, that I mean, I know you're a kid, but 18 to 20 years from that, I mean, that's
I
your
actually
biggest
came back from my
growth.
first deployment before I was 20.
Wow. How many times have you been deployed?
8 times.
8 times.
8 times.
Jesus.
Whew.
No wonder you wrote these books.
I was
Poetry.
trying to be a really nice guy.
Yeah, I've seen
Um,
your nice guy.
So 8 deployments, 20 years, you know, God bless you. And, you know, when you said 18, you just out of high school. What made you go into the military service?
Well, you want to really know?
Was it jail or military? Or was it just
No.
like, no?
No, I just, one day I was like, you know what? I got to do something. I was playing hockey and I was playing actually semi-professional hockey. And then I was like, okay, we're all smoking pot. I got to do something.
And I saw that commercial. I saw the commercial. I saw the commercial for Army. Be all you could be. And I said, I'm going to be that.
He was like, how hard do you want to be? I was like, super hard.
I want to be super hard. That's right. That's why I go in the army.
Yeah. Remember the movie Stripes? Remember the movie Stripes, man? They can't even do like one push up. They're sitting there, they're drinking, and Bill Murray is just drinking in his apartment. He's like, I got to do that. I'm be all I can be. You know?
That's
But,
fun.
so you just, you know, because a lot of people are either mentored by somebody or they got a family member that was military.
Nope. This was on a whim. This was his own.
Just said, I'm going. I'm going to serve my country.
Busy, guys. I was busy.
So let's fill it with going to the army.
Yeah, good. Yeah, because I wanted to be busier without the same people.
So where did you enlist? Where'd you go first?
I actually enlisted in Alta Mesa, right down
Okay.
here. Yep.
And where were some of your deployments?
So I went to Kuwait, Iraq, Afghanistan multiple times, back to Kuwait and Iraq again. I did the 2021, which is everyone's favorite. And they said, there's COVID out there. And I was like, I don't believe it. And they're like, well, you can't go home yet. And I was like, interesting. What's COVID?
Wow.
Yeah.
That would suck.
And
to
we
be over
stayed
there
in
and you couldn't go
Kuwait.
home.
We stayed in tents forever.
Did you have to wear masks?
Well, we wore T-shirts. I guess if you want to call that a mask. I didn't even know
Oh,
that COVID.
I didn't even think about that. COVID
They
with
shut down the
soldiers.
gym. They shut down the DFAC. They were like, you guys are going to eat outside or stay in your tent if you like MREs.
Oh.
And I don't like diarrhea. So I was like,
My dad used to bring those home. The peaches are okay.
oh,
And the peanut butter.
butter.
Everything else was shit.
Listen, anything that can last 50 years in a package, it's probably not that great for you.
Only when there's an apocalypse am I going to eat that.
Yeah. So you heard us before when we were on Burnt Pork, and you were chiming in a little bit with some hand signals and everything
Oh,
else.
yeah.
When we started talking about
Yeah.
post-traumatic stress,
Yeah.
we started talking about how things are handled. 8 deployments, 20 years in a department, in the service in the military. I can't, and please forgive me, but you had to come out of there with some sort of brain injury or mental health issue.
I spent almost a year in a wheelchair after I hit 2 anti-tank mines stacked on top of 860 Bullet P mortars in 2013. And then it took me a long time to come back. And after that, just because of the boys, that's why I came back. Didn't come back for me. Came back for the boys.
Yeah, but you're still changed, right? You're not the same person.
Once I retired, because I retired out of Savannah, Georgia.
I love Savannah.
And so once I retired and I saw all these people and I was like, I actually don't know who I am anymore. And I was someone when I had the boys.
Yep.
And when I left the boys, I had to be my own man.
Felt very empty.
And becoming your own man alone is a very difficult situation.
Yeah.
And I found that finding other like-minded people has been great for me, actually.
Did you feel, and you definitely lost your identity. We see law enforcement, we see first responders who feel they lost their identity after they did their stint in their service. Our veterans who come back, they lose their purpose.
Well, that's true. And I think I'm going to speak for myself. I'm not going to speak for everyone. For me, my purpose is to help other people. And so when I don't have an opportunity to do that, that's why I wrote these books. To help other service members and other people understand, like, this is what it looks like when you leave.
Well, this is just one of the books. It's called Live, Laugh, Aftermath. And the other book is Tightrope.
Yes, sir.
They're both available on Amazon. And I'm just going to read one of, most of them are all poems, correct?
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right. So don't mind the reading, but I'm going to read one. It's called Please Help Me Home. Please help me come home. I've been gone too long. From where I started, I'm not the same Texas boy wearing cowboy boots and shorts. I have no heart, no love, only scars and pain from internal and external war. Battles bring nothing but struggle and destruction. Constant chaos swirling around me. I don't want it, but I thrive it. Fuck. I make fires to put them out. That's an amazing line right there, that I make fires to put them out because you embrace the chaos.
Yes, sir.
That's powerful. That's a powerful line. What kind of fucked up mind does that? At least the fires I start light up the darkness inside me for a little while. Do I want to leave the valley? Most of my blood settles in my soul, in its soil. I lost the way out, and each day that passes, I make the same progress. None. Where am I going? What am I doing? Who am I? Please help me come home. I've been gone too long. Mm-hmm. I am getting tears in my eyes just from that one poem. Mm-hmm. That is such a powerful passage right there, brother.
Thank you,
man. And this book is filled with them,
yes,
with these. And I'll tell you, for somebody who suffers from post-traumatic stress, I'm reading this and I can feel it. I can feel your pain.
Yeah.
But I can also feel the fire inside you, and I can feel how much it lights you up, though. Mm-hmm. definitely this is a book that anybody who served or in the first responder field can definitely relate to. Not only that, it's nice and skinny, so it's an easy read.
That's right. That's right.
Because we all hate those big books.
Yeah.
But I mean, just that
It's heavy though.
it's definitely heavy. Just that one page. That one page is just so powerful. And you know what? I'm gonna order a couple of those books because I'm gonna hand these out. I'm gonna order some off Amazon, so we can hand these out to some of our veterans and our first responders that come here, because that,
We talk about this a lot.
yeah, that is just.
Yeah, boys, I'm here for you. I'm
Yeah.
here for you, boys.
So, what made you go from veteran to now author, and what made you want to write this book?
Honestly, I went to a place called
Just
and
a
I
little
won't,
closer to that.
I won't say it where I
Okay.
went, but I did go to a behavioral health hospital.
Okay.
And then my PTSD was
Journaling?
complex.
Complex PTSD.
And
yep.
so they obviously, from multiple things we talked about, led to that. And being able to express myself in a different way instead of just fighting everyone and just being angry all the time, that was the best way I could express myself, was saying, this is what it feels like on the inside. Even though I'm really nice and like funny on the outside, on the inside, it feels like I might fuck you up.
Yeah, no, you have that internal anger.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah, you have that internal anger.
It's just 'cause, you know what's really funny, and I know you get this too, and I'm sure that everyone gets this, but you get this idea that we are the same, but we're not, because our experiences are different.
But we all are going through
But
experiences.
we're going through the same thing.
Right.
If we don't ever express them, then we'll never come together.
Yeah, if everybody keeps playing
Yeah,
like
yeah.
nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
Nobody can ever help each other. Everybody, because there's a mask. Everybody puts on this mask of like,
Right.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
But really you're like, are you?
And
See what you just
relationships
did?
fall
See,
apart
but-
that way.
No, but what you just did was probably the best thing anybody can do.
Oh.
Are you?
Mhm.
Instead of someone going, if you ask me that question,
How you doing?
how you doing? Well, I'm fine.
But
Okay.
are you?
Okay. No. Okay.
Tight.
And most people just walk away.
Tight.
They're like, okay, but
Yeah.
are you?
But are you?
Because that keeps that conversation going.
Mhm. Sure.
That keeps, because for somebody, and I'm sure you felt the same way,
Oh, yeah.
for someone to turn around and go, well, are you? It's like it sparks all something in your, it hits something in your mind and goes, you want, and it's hard to say.
You get it-
You
you get a
want to
gut-
say, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
You know,
No. Yeah.
but
Because you
it's
also
hard.
feel like you don't want to unload on somebody in that setting. It's almost like it has to be the right setting to unload on somebody. Because like, oh, you're at a party. How you doing? I'm fine. But yet you're dealing with a lot of shit.
That's a lot.
So
Yeah.
you're not gonna go, oh my god, but let me tell you all these things.
Because they're gonna be, oh, you're a freaking
Because then
drama
the people,
queen.
a lot of people
Right.
go, oh,
Yeah.
so it is like you don't want to. It's a very sensitive time on when you want or can.
That person's gonna go, that's a lie, and
That's a-
just walk away, and they have to sit with that. That's
Yeah.
the problem. They know that there's something wrong with you,
Mhm.
but they
They
don't
don't
want
know
to
how-
approach you about it.
That
But-
too.
Right. But on a flip side of that, if somebody who's suffering post-traumatic stress always gets shut down,
Then
they're
they
going to stay,
internalize
they're
it.
going to internalize it and stay shut down.
Mhm.
Or
Mhm.
if somebody is, and I always say this, if you're listening to respond, don't even fucking talk to me. Right?
Uh-huh.
Listen
Just
to
leave it.
hear.
If you're a
Listen to
comment
hear.
person,
You shouldn't be, when you ask somebody, let that vent, let it all open up. Do not judge. Do not respond.
Mhm.
Do not say, I feel that way, or I know what you're feeling. Nobody who's got either a TBI or post-traumatic stress wants to hear that. They just want to be able to let it out.
as a person
with
who
no
listens,
response.
like, because I can't put myself in y'all's shoes as far as like post traumatic things. Like I
Why not?
can't. I can't.
Yeah.
Because like you guys have gone through a lot.
No. See, here's, let me just,
what I'm trying.
trauma has no value.
True.
There's no more veil.
I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. But my point was being when you see somebody and you know they're going through something, it might not be like you might want to say, tell me about it. But you know it's not the right time. Because I have to be mentally prepared myself to take on somebody else's pain.
Right.
Because I have a lot, everybody
that
has
makes
their
a
own
lot of
shit.
sense.
Right.
So I sometimes think I look insensitive because I'm like,
No.
Go get him, champ. You know,
No.
you're fine. You know, but then there has been times I will take that time separately, pull my friend aside, or pull that person aside, or I'll go find that person I saw somewhere else when I'm mentally ready to go. So how really are you doing?
Well, see, okay, exactly, and that's perfect. But here's what
Make
you can
it genuine. Don't just go, "How you doing?" and then not really care what they're
if you
saying.
see that your friend is battling or suffering from something, right? And you know maybe it's not the right place. Maybe you're at a party. Hey, you all right? How
You
really?
see the reaction, you're like,
Or
all right,
then-
I'm going to readdress
But
that.
then you turn around and say, "I'm here for you to talk to.
Whenever
Let's
you're-
talk at another time."
Mhm.
You know that
Because you
that
don't do
keeps
it
that
at a
door
party.
open.
They're dressed
That
up.
keeps
They're
that
in their
door
own
open.
scenario.
Right.
You don't try to go, oh, you want to talk about it now? No. Be like, all right, I'm going to
Yeah,
get you later.
but I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
That's what that book is about. That's why it's so thin.
But
it talks about all the shit you don't want to, and
But-
then it keeps it thin.
But direct.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why it
direct.
doesn't take too many pages.
Right.
It's simple.
And I was able
It's
to read the whole thing. I was able to do all the words in this thing.
Allegedly.
Read all the words. You know, there was no big words in there. It was all words I could read.
I like it.
It's just a bunch of F words.
But
My
like when you were in the rehab, right?
Yeah.
Did they make you journal every morning?
No.
Oh,
They
no?
tried.
Oh, they were like
He was
you got to
defiant.
journal. You
It
got to journal
actually
every day.
it didn't actually start until I did have a therapist go, "How do you feel?" And I go, "Well, same as I felt yesterday." And they were like, "You want to change that?" And I was like, "I don't know," because it's been so comfortable. When you feel that way, it feels so comfortable.
Becomes the norm.
And that helped me to be like, "Well, other people feel the same way," and they're like, "Fuck yeah, they do." And I was like, well, you could have told me that earlier. I would have not spent 10 years feeling this way. So now I'm just trying to, get it out there and go, hey, we all feel this way. So you're not the only one. If you need something, there's someone out there, you know?
But after you wrote this, and
Yeah,
after
yeah.
you, well, actually, probably after each poem that's in here, did it, when you talk about mental health growth, did it help you grow a little or heal a little bit more?
Honestly, that's why I let you read it. Because once I let it go, I can't read it
Can't
anymore.
read it anymore. I get it. I
Mhm.
get it.
I get that.
That's mine because I came from Crowley, Texas. So I left a little dirt town to go out there and try to be a big boy. And then I was. And then I came back here and I was like, I don't even know how to do this. And then
You're doing it though, but you are doing it.
I'm 5'11. I'm doing my best.
You're 5'11 and you look like you're 28 years old.
You're
You got it going. You got it going, man.
Allegedly.
I mean, shit, I would card you at a bar.
Oh, yeah. See? This is good for me. I like
Yeah.
this. This is good for me.
But when we talk about trauma has no value, when you don't ever dismiss your trauma, because here's what a big thing is. Many campfire roundabouts are like, hey, you were deployed, you got blown up. I got into a shooting. This one did CPR on a baby. It doesn't matter the event. It matters to the person and how that trauma affected that person. So you could have come from an abusive relationship, right? Still have the same impact of being blown up.
That's right.
In a Humvee. It doesn't matter. It's the same because you
Can I say something?
can't put a value on trauma.
Okay, so I can lift 10 pounds, but my 10 pounds does not equal your 10 pounds because I've lifted that 10 pounds until you have to lift 10 pounds. And so even though I've lifted this weight forever, that might not be the same weight that you're lifting because it might be heavier for you because it's the first time you've lifted it.
Exactly. Yeah. Makes sense. I didn't know where the hell you were going with that, but then I was like, oh yeah, now he's coming to a point. I got it.
He's like all
I was like, I got it now.
He's like all like.
But that's right. I mean, 10 pounds is 10 pounds, but 10 pounds to her is not 10 pounds to
That's
you.
exactly correct.
I like that.
I can lift.
Allegedly.
So what are your plans for the future? You have a third book coming out.
I do.
Is it this skinny?
No, it's not.
A little thicker?
No, it's thick.
It's not the matter of the size.
No.
Well, let's not say that.
It's a matter
how
what's in it.
Not to everyone else. If you love them.
It's not the size of the book that matters.
It's the size of
It's
the pencil.
what's in the book.
No, I really do. I have another book coming out. It's called Love Matters, and it talks about how that affects relationships.
So they all roll into each other a little bit.
Yep.
Now the first book, Tightrope. You didn't bring that book, but I'm definitely going to order that one as well. What's in that book?
That one has a lot of pictures in it. So you
picture
could
book. Pop up.
It's for Marine.
I wish it was. It's the Marine version. It's so you could color how you feel inside when you read it.
Really?
So it's all black and white, and you
I
can
love that,
color how you
actually.
feel when
actually
you
like
read
that.
the book.
I like that
I like
too,
that.
man, because everybody's got a different color
That's right.
of emotion.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like
So
that.
You're pretty smart for an army guy.
Hey.
I'm left-handed, so
Hey.
I'm all right.
No.
My dad was Army.
I love it. Because wow, that and then you go through and you can see probably your color changes,
And if
You
that's how
color
you
in-
feel
color
about
in color in dark in the beginning, and then by the end of the book, you got all the
Colors.
all the bright colors.
And you can actually go back and feel again how you felt in that moment.
Yeah, that makes
That's
sense when you
why I
put the
wanted you to
colors in
color
it.
it. Yeah. How'd you feel in that moment? You can see it.
Because you put the
And
colors.
some people are visual.
Yeah,
A lot more.
I love it,
I do like that.
man. This unbelievable. Live, Laugh, Aftermath, and Tightrope.
Find it on
Available on Amazon right now, and I think they're like $12.
That one is. You can get
$12?
on what is it? The Kindle thing for like
Yeah.
$3.50.
Yeah, you can get the Kindle
Yeah.
version for super.
If
cheap
you
or
want me
it's
to
paperback.
read it to you, that's $75 in your apartment.
He will show up in his PJs.
Tipping is
Leave it at the door.
yeah.
On the nightstand.
Well, Scott,
Yeah.
this has been great. I really appreciate everything you do, everything you've done.
See, good things happen when you meet people at a bar.
Yeah. Not all bad things.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
Unless you're intoxicated.
Well, we might have been.
Well,
Allegedly.
Here's where God puts somebody in a path for a reason, right? And on Veterans Day, you two met.
That's
and,
true.
And now
Yep.
you're
At a bar.
now Scott, you're part of the 99% Radio Network family. We are here for you always.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We are gonna put your books up on our website.
Okay.
And we'll be a direct link to your Amazon account as well. So you can go onto the 99% Radio Network website, go to our sponsor pages, and you can look for Scott Hodges' book, and it'll bring you right to his link on
Give us a
Amazon.
day, 'cause I'm
Give
not
us a
gonna
day.
do
We'll
it
put
right
on. Yeah. We'll put it on there. I want to thank you so much, brother. Once again,
Yep. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
bro.
guys for
Thank
having
you.
me on. Yeah.
Thanks,
All
bud.
right.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
all right, just stand by for 1 second. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. Mongo's on. We're going to come back with another veteran, USMC though, and law enforcement. He's going to tie this all together. I'm sure he's been listening to the show. I'm sure he's got a lot to say as well. He is 100% brotherhood with the Mongolog right after this.
My name is Carol Saint, and I ride with 99.
Hey, I'm Homie, and I ride on the 99. You can watch it every Wednesday, 99% Radio.
Hello, beautiful people. I am Chaz. I ride with 99, baby. Woo! 99% Radio every Wednesday. Stay tuned. Woo! Y'all be fantastic. All right.
Hey everybody, this is Glenn with Glenn Larson Law and Biker Wolfpack Law. And I got one simple concept today. Don't be a tough guy. Don't try to do it on your own. And also, don't talk to the bad guys. So what do I mean? Don't be a tough guy means go get medical attention right away and tell the doctors everything that's wrong with you. Make sure to do that because if you don't, it's going to mess up your case. Number two, if you have a problem with your roof, do you hire a roofer? If you have an injury situation and you need help, hire legal professional representation. Our firm is one of those firms and we stand ready to help. Number three, most importantly, heaven forbid, do not speak to the insurance companies without legal representation. That's it in a nutshell. Thanks for listening.
Leather Up will keep you safe while looking great with a huge selection of armored and casual flannel shirts. From beaded to sleeveless, Leather Up's got badass gear for all riders and all seasons. Leather Up with 3.5 million customers since 1999. Iconic biker brands like Milwaukee Leather and Hot Leathers to give you the largest selections anywhere. Comfort, variety, classic styling, and affordability with free same-day shipping on orders over $100. Visit leatherup.com and use the promo code MAYHEM for 20% off.
Mongo! Santa Maria! Never mind that shit. Here comes Mongo!
Hey, welcome back to the award-winning 99% Radio Network here in Fishbowl. Welcome, Mongo.
Hey, how's it going?
And the dogs.
And yeah, she only started barking as soon as you guys started playing the music.
They know. They know.
Crazy.
We're fans.
Yeah, they know it's time for the Mongo log.
Puppy fans.
Well, I snuck out during one of the earlier segments to feed them, hoping just to calm them down and keep them quiet. But that one, as soon as she heard that music start, she's like, "Oh, it's time!
It's time! It's showtime!"
Billy needs to send some edibles for him.
I'm down to cheese, crackers, and apple slices. I'm out of food, but I'm picking up Rocky tonight.
Oh, so you should go shopping. Oh, okay.
Thank God.
Yeah, Rocky's been gone. She's been in Florida for like a week or so, right?
Since last Wednesday, yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
you poor thing.
And she got lucky going out there because there was none of her flights were canceled or delayed, and then they ended all that crap on the way back. So she's actually flying right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Mongo doesn't have to eat dog food anymore.
It's nice being a bachelor until the food runs out, and it's like, well, shit. Now what do I do?
DoorDash? You don't have
Yeah.
delivery services?
Yeah, I do, but you know what? I don't use them because one, I'm cheap, and two, I don't trust them.
Fair enough.
True. I ain't paying $27 for a hamburger and fries.
Damn
Not
right.
happening.
He's in California. It's going to be
It's
60.
going to be $60.
It's been raining all week too, so I've even had an excuse not to go to the gym. I go look outside and I go, I don't feel like driving to that shit. So it's like nothing.
Yeah, I do that when it's hot. I'm like, ooh, it's another 80-degree out. It's too hot.
Too hot.
I'm not going out.
All right, Mongo. Last week, man, you blew us away with the Mongo log, and that was very personal to you. And I want to thank you for sharing with our listeners last week that segment. This week, I can't wait to hear what you got going. So it's all you, brother. Welcome to the famous Mongo log.
Okay, so I'm going to preface this. I did my Mongo log on the moon landing hoax, and when I started writing this, I'll just tell you up front, I believe the moon landing took place. But the more I wrote it and the more I researched it, and I continue to research it after this Mongo log is done, now I'm like, shit, I don't know. If maybe it is a hoax. I'm leaning towards it didn't happen. But I'm just telling you, I was a believer. So here we go. The 56th anniversary of humankind's first moon landing recently passed. However, the conspiracy theories that claim that the Apollo missions were a hoax refused to die. The moon landing on July 20th, 1969, remained as one of humanity's most significant achievements. However, some people believe it was a hoax. They often lacked solid evidence and spread false information, causing confusion and distrust. These theories can often be spread by people, like me, for example, who want to look knowledgeable and about something that is secret or a technological marvel. Learning to spot and question them is crucial to making smart decisions. I'll just tell you up front, I'm a knucklehead, but here I am you are giving me a worldwide platform to spread my information. There have been lots of conspiracies and fake news about the moon. One of the earliest fake news stories happened in 1835, the Great Moon Hoax. It was a series of articles in the New York Sun claiming that a famous astronomer had discovered life on the moon. These articles were intended to be a joke, but showed how easily false information can spread. The basic template of the moon mission conspiracy theory is that NASA couldn't manage to safely land a man on the moon by the end of the 1960s, as President John F. Kennedy had promised. Hang on a second. I just froze my damn screen. Here we go. So NASA only sent men NASA only sent men into Earth's orbit. Bill Casing was a former U.S. Navy officer who worked as a technical writer for one of the rocket manufacturers for NASA's Apollo moon missions. He claimed that he had inside knowledge of a government conspiracy. I'm having a hard time. I should have reread this thing because I misspelled a lot of words. Faking the moon landings, and many conspiracy theories about the moon landings, which persist to this day, can be traced back to his 1976 book titled "We Never Went to the Moon: America's $30 Billion Swindle." The moon landing conspiracy theories also brought to the mainstream the notion that significant events are not what they seem. They've been staged as part of an official disinformation campaign. The idea that tragic events are created by crisis actors employed by the government has become the default explanation for many events today, from 9/11 to mass shootings. The story that the lunar landings were staged also resonates with more plausible notion that the space race itself was as much of a Cold War spectacle as a triumph of the human spirit. One conspiracy theory that the moon landing was staged by NASA in a film studio. Critics argued that the lighting and the shadows in the moon landing footage are inconsistent with natural sunlight. Another, and one of the most famous conspiracy theories, is that the moon landing was fake because Neil Armstrong's preserved spacesuit does not match the footprint pictured on the moon. However, the moon footprint in the photograph was actually made by Buzz Aldrin, not Armstrong. Also, the footprint was of a lunar overshoe, something that both astronauts wore over their spacesuit boots to provide them with added traction in the dust. They both left these overshoes on the moon because of the weight issues. The confusion arises from a photo of Armstrong's suit taken by an astronomer in 2015 showing a different sole design. Without fact-checking these sorts of examples, you could be at risk of believing and spreading false information, which is when people unknowingly share fake news. Now, the strongest empirical counters to the moon landing conspiracy claims are physical evidence returned from the moon, such as lunar rocks. Active instruments that were placed there, like retroreflectors and seismometers, as well as high-resolution orbital imagery that matches mission records. Psychological and social analysis explain why the hoax view persists despite converging technical, geological, and photographic rebuttals. What are some of the claims by the moon landing conspiracy theories? What have they pointed out, and do their arguments have any validity? What do scientists have to say about these conspiracy theories? Psychological factors such as cognitive dissonance contribute to the belief in conspiracy theories. People find it easier to believe in a hoax than to accept complex scientific explanations. Unfortunately, celebrities and public figures have endorsed moon landing conspiracy theories, lending them credibility in the eyes of their fans. I know for me, when an actor or a favorite sports figure gives an explanation to the media, I am all in on whatever influential, if not somewhat misinformed, self-important douchebag spout. Ever since NASA broadcast its visits to the moon between 1969 and 1972, millions of people around Earth, conspiracy theorists have debated endlessly over photographs and videos of the journey. They pore over every single detail, looking for inconsistencies and potential government tampering. People who buy into the moon landing conspiracy theory strive to prove NASA never went to the moon. Instead, they believe the organization filmed a series of fake moon landings in a studio, complete with props, actors, costumes, and intricate lighting setups. One perennial anomaly pointed to the moon landing deniers is that the Apollo astronauts could never have survived their passage through the two belts of intense radiation partly surrounding Earth at heights of several thousand kilometers. All good conspiracy theories are built on a kernel of truth. The Van Allen belts are zones of charged particles surrounding Earth, primarily composed of electrons and protons. These particles are trapped by Earth's magnetic field and can do pose radiation risk to astronauts and satellites. Astronauts must pass through the Van Allen belts quickly to minimize radiation exposure. Spacecraft are designed to fly through the weakest parts of these belts. These careful planning helps to limit the time spent in the high radiation areas. The Van Allen belts were carefully navigated by the Apollo missions. The spacecraft's trajectory and speed minimized the astronauts' exposure to harmful radiation. The Apollo spacecraft were equipped with materials that provide shielding against the radiation, further protecting the astronauts during their transit. Modern missions, including those to the International Space Station, also routinely pass through these belts safely. In summary, with proper planning and technology, it's safe for astronauts to pass through the Van Allen belts. There is also a very popular end-all arguments that are no stars in the background of the photos of the moon landing of the landscape. It's just like the big black void of space. Since the moon has no atmosphere, shouldn't there be millions of stars guarding the background in these photos? Having a hard time turning pages here. If the landings were faked in a stage studio, did the photographers make a huge mistake and just forget to turn the stars on? Unfortunately for conspiracy theorists, the nature of photography strikes down the argument. The lighting from the sun hitting the surface of the moon is too bright for any camera to capture something in the distance. It washes out any light coming from a distant stars in the sky. Even if you were standing on the surface of the moon yourself, you would have to block the landscape from your vision to see, because of the brightness, to see any noticeable points of light. This happens for the same reason that stars are harder to see in big cities than in the wide open spaces of the fields outside the city. There's a lot more light bouncing around from the street lamps in the city, so the stars are hidden from view. Your best bet to see countless numbers of stars in space would be to travel to the dark side of the moon. Even if they were far-fetched in factual terms, moon landing conspiracy theories nevertheless call up more plausible possibility that in our media-saturated age relate. Hang on a second. It's easily constructed, if not actually faked. The internet has allowed conspiracy theories to spread more rapidly and wildly. Online forums and social media amplify these ideas. And don't get me wrong, sometimes these conspiracy theorists can be on point, but sometimes the point he's on the aluminum hats and they've created to wear on their heads. The moon landing was a monumental scientific and technological achievement. Understanding the scope of the accomplishment can help to counter conspiracy theories. Many conspiracy theories believe that the U.S. government had a motive to fake the moon landing to win the space race against the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union, America and the space race rival, never disputed the moon landing. Their silence is seen as a test and endorsement of the mission's authenticity. Always remember that your time on Earth is limited. Don't try to age with grace. Age with courage, mischief, audacity, and an open mind and a good story to tell. There will always be information, disinformation, and an explanation for both. And that, my friends, is that. Whiskey improves with age, and I improve with whiskey. My name is Mongo. Whiskey goes in, wisdom comes out. I smoke cigars, and I know things.
Hey, welcome back. Mongo, you brought up so many amazing points on that. And, I've seen so many different conspiracy theories and not, like the shadows. How was there shadows on the moon, and there was no wind?
Right.
How was the flag? Why was the flag flying? And the technology behind it. Back in the 60s, we didn't even have the technology to we couldn't even perfect cell phones correctly. Microwaves. and
Nixon's talking to them on a telephone.
Right. So when we had all that technology back in the 60s, I mean, it doesn't seem possible.
I didn't bring it up, but the telemetry from the Apollo missions got misplaced. Nobody can find it. So we can't recreate going to the moon based on what we did before, supposedly.
Yeah.
Hollywood, we can.
The Saturn V rockets that they were using continued to fail whenever they launched until we ran the moon mission. Then that one went off without a failure. So there's lots of problems. But again, maybe it was just one of those things where it was like a shot in the dark and it actually worked. So who knows?
Somebody coming in our studio.
Yeah, hold on. We got
legend.
Yeah, we got the legendary
studio.
Howard Scott coming into the studio. Howard, come on. You want to come? Oh, all right. Thank you very much.
Got some CDs.
These are CDs for our heroes.
yeah.
We got a USMC on right now. Mongo is on there.
Say hi to Howard.
He's saying hello, Howard from California. Natalie wanted one. She just came back from Adam. Huh? Would you be able to sign one of these for her? Yeah, I got some pens over here. Hold on one second, Mongo.
I'll keep talking to you, Mongo. I'm just kidding. Oh no, we will stop the show for the legend. I mean,
So
I feel like
anyway,
we
the more I read about this, even after I wrote it, the more I started telling myself, this is just craziness. There's just too many inconsistencies.
yeah.
I don't know if you've been following Badge of Honor as well. We've been talking about the 9/11 conspiracies as well with the collapse of 1 and 2 and Bravo 7, the collapse of 7. Our government does some weird things that smoke and mirror programs that we don't know about, and the moon landing could be definitely one of them. Just to get $30 billion worth of funding that went somewhere. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, there was a movie a long time ago that actually had O.J. Simpson in it called Capricorn 1. It was about a mission to Mars. And it was a mission to Mars that was faked by NASA and filmed in the desert. And the premise of the movie was that NASA was going to kill the astronauts after they did their stage acting in the desert, but they got away. And so it was their journey through the desert to get back to civilization and spread the information that this was all fake.
Yeah, well, it's easy to whack somebody instead of somebody coming out years later.
There's a lot of bodies out there.
And telling the truth. Mongo, thank you very much again, brother. Go pick up Rocky. Enjoy. You'll have food in the refrigerator. You get to eat. Get some food in that belly.
Yay, the dogs are safe.
All right, brother. Well, you stay well, and I'll give you a shout this week.
All right, we'll see y'all later.
Take care, brother.
All right.
Thank you. Man, today's show, man. I gotta thank all of our guests. It was an amazing show. Next week we got Patriotic Barbie coming on. She was in Celebrity Softball Classic as well.
Look her story up. Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
It's powerful, man. So then we're gonna have Mario Cannon coming on soon. Mario. We have Mario. We haven't got a date yet.
We're gonna get him.
We're gonna get him, and just keep following us. Hit that like, subscribe, and follow button, man, wherever you can. If you need if the 99 could do anything for your organization, your foundation, or your charity, please reach out because we are here for you. All right. Until next week, Pitbull. You want to show your medals one more time?
I will.
You want to show your medals one more time? There you go. The bling bling. Co-host of the year.
Jingle all the way, baby.
All right. Once again, thank you for tuning in. And if you could be anything in this world, be kind. Peace.